Yeah. Tim. Young poppy like champagne. Polo on my brown like Ralph name. Why she always sliding in my DMs? I just kicked her out like Pam Day. Meditation focused on the money now. Music on the mental till it word of mouth. I've been going Justin with the running now. I just couldn't muscle where they coming now. They been sliding all like it's David Ruff. I can't tell you nothing, but I made enough. Royalty, check up in the mail now. Fire lesson, man, it's something that I sell now. I can't really tell you low, somebody else now. I just saw them out of slow it for the mail now. You don't really wanna take no more time, huh? I can't really tell you nothing, but I slide, huh? Young poppy like champagne. Polo on my brown like Ralph name. Why she always sliding in my DMs? I just kicked her out like pound down. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, they could not stop a beast. I've been going off like I have my Mephistopheles. David Soul fade, this is something that I oughta be. This is my prerogative, I follow with philosophy. They don't wanna take time, but I had the right to lead, so too. I know these niggas wanna build me solo. I just had to take it like I'm Leonine, so too. I don't really wanna tell you anything, so move. Wait, I've been wasting time. Shawty, all your niggas is a waistline. I just came off for the title on my race line. I ain't spitting game, I just hit you with the waistline. So fun. I've been going out like overloads. I've been going sane like Rototom. I've been holding this shit by myself for a minute now. Niggas thought my color coke and home alone. Wait, young poppy like champagne. Young poppy like, yeah. Young poppy like, yeah. Young poppy like, yeah. Young poppy like champagne. Polo on my brown like Ralph name. Why she always sliding in my DMs? I just kicked her out like pound dang. Oh, yeah. Young poppy like, 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 yeah. Young. I been complaining. Overdosing on past struggles that made me better. Used to look up to CeeLo when he had Coochie sweaters. Mastermind to the fullest. And family I never met due to catching some bullets. Let me feeling regret for all the shit that I'm doing. Used to pray with my pastor this for repentance. Now I'm just living life with the hand and I felt they dealt it. I just wanted my jealous, a couple whips and some clothes with a better fit. This to tell them I finally made it. But I retract my statement. It's kinda hard dealing with ones you love on a daily basis. I know it's kinda lost, but I know the scenes. And it's safe when the net is stool, but it's barely dream. Now these niggas been talking this shit without a reason. They just left me the room to take it like Liam Neeson. I bet it's all living connected to see. You don't really understand it till it's someone you need. I know.
We are here and we are indeed live. Okay, let me turn my mic up just a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, so you know what today is. It's time for the Random Talking Indie Music Show, powered by Minx Radio. Shout out to everybody on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Caffeine TV. Man, listen, we're all about taking over social media platforms worldwide. You understand what I'm saying? It's your girl 759 on your ears, in your mind, all the time. I had to make it rhyme. Let me stop. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Random Talking Indie Music Show. Shout out to everybody that's just tuned in with me, waiting on my co-host to pop up. In the meantime, make sure y'all head on over to Hustle Culture Magazine on Facebook, like the page, and also if you like to become part of the hustle culture and you want to let people know what hustle culture means to you, all you have to do is send in a cute little, high def pic, a short quote of what you think hustle culture means to you, your IG handle, and your profession, whether you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a clothing designer, whatever that is. Drop it in your information and send that to hustleculturemagazine.com. Also, shout out to the homegirl Minx. Head on over to her website, minxradio.com, and tune in to the Minx Show podcast, where she gets in a little in-depth discussion about the music business, way more than what she does here. What she does here is light work. And what she does on her show is she conducts interviews with tastemakers and internet personalities, and she also drops those copious jewels, like she likes to call them, for all the indie artists out there looking for direction, which way to go, which way not to go. Y'all head on over to minxradio.com and also hit that merch tab. Get you some Minx Mafia merch, hoodies, hats, coffee cups, ink pens, socks, whatever it is. Whatever it is she got, I'm sure it's there on her site, minxradio.com. Also, head on over to our merch, shop.spreadshirt.com/RTIM. Like I said in previous shows, we are currently working on getting more merch up for you guys as far as the men's tees. We do have women's tees, but they're kind of limited in design and probably size. So we apologize for those that were looking for merch and were unable to purchase a t-shirt or anything like that they really wanted. But if you have if you want a t-shirt, hit me and Minx up, and we will get you going in the right direction. We'll hook you up, size and whatever it is. We'll even customize it with your name or whatever it is that you want on there. Also, shout out to the Freedom Steppers. Make sure you like their page on Facebook and also on Instagram as well. They've been doing community outreach in the city of Lynchburg, so shout out to all of the parties involved. Make sure y'all join with them. They can help you get your voting rights restored and all of that. And also they have community outreach, like I said, for the children, games and activities and things like that. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the black-owned businesses out there. Shout out to the small business owners out there. I see y'all. And listen, if you want me to read an ad out for y'all, or you want to put an ad together so we can air it on the show, please do so. rtimshow@gmail.com. Artist, that goes for you as well. If you got an album or something that you want to drop, you need a little promo, drop it to us. rtimshow@gmail.com. Also, get your music here. MP3s and Spotify links only. If you send me beats, if you send me Dropbox, if you send me SoundCloud, guess where it's going? You guessed it. It's getting deleted. So, while I'm waiting on my co-host, I'm going to go ahead and get another song popping. This is the Random Talking Indie Music Show. Y'all please share the live and join in with us as we get with these topics, because we have a lot to cover. So, y'all kick it with us. Be sure to share the live. It's Random Talking Indie Music, y'all.
Jace. Yeah. These niggas cop in, I don't do replica. I'm on a new level, I don't do regular. No. Look what I started up. Money I counted up. Never no regular. These niggas cop in, I don't do replica. I'm on a new level, I don't do regular. No. Look what I started up. Money I counted up. Never no regular. Nigga, I leveled up. I get the bag, I switch the bezel up. My bitch is bad as fuck. Niggas be plotting, I got the city tuck. Making them nervous. Town blue faces flexing on purpose. Y'all niggas hurting. You ain't that boss, so nigga, you working. Money. I'm at the top. Whole lot of guap, dropped on a Birkin. My bitch is bad. Like Mona Lisa, she picture perfect. Pussy so wet, I'ma go surfing. Gucci on me, you think I'm serving. I got the jag, nigga, I'm swerving. Yeah. Never no cap. Nigga, just stop it. Ice in my wrist, no ticking, no talking. Me and my niggas pull up as it's chopping. We don't do talking. No. MVP with the rocket, like I'm James Harden. Run up a check, your nigga on ballin'. Hit her one time, I got her stalking. Yeah. Say you want smoke, but you only barking. 21 savages with me, all of them heartless. Pulled in a rape, nigga, you carless. Ice in my chain, my diamond so flawless. Bling. You know that I'm bossing. Turn up the guap, lean in my cup. Yeah, nigga, I'm saucing. These niggas cop in, I don't do replica. I'm on a new level, I don't do regular. No. Look what I started up. Money I counted up. Never no regular. No. These niggas cop in, I don't do replica. I'm on a new level, I don't do regular. No. Look what I started up. Money I counted up. Never no regular. No.
I can't count no singles in my paid out. I thought we were Migos, but we way off. Wish we traded places like it's face off. Guess I had to offset before I take off. Yeah, 3 shots to your head like you taking chances. You double excel, I can't make the classes. Your money don't stretch, how you make it lasting? I needed a front like a pay investment, yeah. Can't get enough of me. Your girl wanna fuck with me, I am a dog, that's why your bitch stuck on me. Look, stack up the bread and mutual find a piece. Now, like a production, can't get a cut from me. Feet on their neck, you standing right under me. You signing the deal, but they got your masters, they keeping you 100 lease. I do the most, I suppose. I wanna trade up for rolls, even with taking it slow. None of you niggas are close. I wrote this shit on the flight. Retirement revenue, keeping up all of my money on elderly heights. Though it is no elder in sight. Look what you did with your life. You copied the wave with surprise. I had to block some from my eyes. My sight is get better with time.
These niggas cop in, I don't do replica. I'm on a new level, I don't do regular. No. Look what I started up. Money I counted up. Never no regular. No.
All right, everybody. I think we bite. Yeah, Random Talkie in the Music Show. It's your girl 759. We back, and of course, I'm joined by my co-host, everyone's favorite Minx, the Bronx Bully, the Beast from the East with the gap of the teeth, but it's perfectly okay. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's, AKA kiss my ads, AKA I'm monetized, AKA run me my papes. Minx Couture, Minx Contour, Minx Cooter. Call her what you want to call her. Just don't call her a copycat. Do they dig or do they dig? Are they digging? Uh-oh, someone ain't digging. Minx, check your mic. Hold on, she ain't digging. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I don't hear you. It's always something I tell y'all. It's always something.
What about now?
Jesus, what did you do?
I hit something. I'm an idiot. They better dig. They better fucking dig.
But you here.
I don't get it. It's like I'm hardly in here. Oh, you know what it was? It's because I had that interview on Friday and fucked up my whole shit. That's what it was. I got to stop blaming Gina Marie for some shit I did.
See, you was really about to blame it on her too.
I really was. I was like, yo, somebody was in here, but it was me that was in here.
Look at you, fucking it up.
Oh, shit. All right. We Gucci now.
All right, so we here. I just got through with all the other introductions and all that. I'm not about to go through the whole rundown. Y'all know we here, we in the building. We got topics to cover. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys peeped the beginning of the live stream, but guess what? We got a website.
Officially.
Yes, we have a website, rtimshow.com, right?
RTIMshow.com is now launched and ready to go. Um,
Yes.
Prior to us coming on today, I was like, one thing that always bothers me about websites. I was like, damn, I hate having that little alert on the corner. So I had to install some SSL certificates. So our website is officially secure.
Oh, I like secure.
Yes.
Secure is nice. Uh, so yeah, for those who want to, keep up with us and really ain't trying to do all that and social media BS, that's a one-stop shop. We got the tabs for our merch, submissions, chat, Discord. We got everything there. It looks good, and I just want to shout out Minx for putting it together. I did my part. Yeah, true, true. But
You did a lot.
this is the geek right here. See, she do all the coding and programming and all that extra stuff that it's one of those things that you learn in school that you lose your if you lose your ability, if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's basically what happened to me.
Yeah. Well,
Cause
most of us, yeah, we go through that.
because we are well removed from the days of MySpace when coding was a thing, and you had to type all that shit for your background and music and all types of stuff. So when it comes, for your strengths and your weaknesses, that's definitely a weakness for me.
Right.
But we are here. The website is live. We want you guys to go check it out. Do we need to drop a comment box? We got a comment box.
Yeah. Yeah. They could leave comments at
We got
the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a comment box. We got a chat. We got everything in there, man.
Yeah, we do. We definitely we did our thing.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all check it out. Y'all check it out. So, what's been going on with these fireworks? I want to get this out the way before we jump into the real topics because I don't know where y'all live. I just know that there's something going on. At first,
Hmm.
at first I thought it was because Juneteenth and Father's Day and do, but I swear to y'all, I have not heard so many fireworks at different times of the night, like after 11, 12 o'clock. And for those in the city, noise ordinance is 11 o'clock. Well, we know people don't really take heed to that, don't really pay attention to that at all. So they do what they want to do. But
Right.
dog, nobody wants to hear that at 1 o'clock in the morning. You hear what I'm saying? In a good deep sleep, you drooling, you're snoring, you got neck sweat. Next thing you know, you hear this big old kaboom, and it don't sound like a regular firework. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Them should sound like gunshots.
Cannons, even like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it doesn't sound normal. Like I know here them shits went off until about mm, I think about maybe 5 in the morning.
Damn, they did that all night though.
Yeah.
And see, you got to think about people that's got PTSD, those that's got anxiety issues. You got dogs, you got babies. I mean, come on now. You just put the baby down for the night, and
Yeah,
next thing you know, it's just boom.
there literally is like no reason. I mean, I have my conspiracy reasons, but there really is no reason for any of this right now. I mean, we are aware that around New Year's, not New Year's, 4th of July is when, people start testing their shit. But come on, there's no,
And it
we
wasn't
can,
just fireworks. I was hearing a little bit of extra artillery.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, PV, neck sweat. Yes, neck sweat. Even with air conditioning, it'd be hot sometimes. Neck sweat, yes.
yeah.
And for
And
us
that,
ladies, it's a little extra below the neck, but we ain't gonna go all that far.
yeah. But, that's what we're dealing with here.
So it's been all over Twitter. I mean, everybody's been talking about it on Twitter that Ebro had started a thread of Everybody, drop down your city, where you from, and how long these like he's gonna do something about it. You know what I mean? But after I sat there and read that thread, I was like, holy shit, it's happening all over.
Yeah.
People in D.C., people in New York, people in Nebraska, even California, even in St. Louis, they've been hearing it, and it's like, okay, what's going on? Like, granted, they just here in Lynchburg, they just acknowledged Juneteenth as a holiday. So I can
Yeah.
understand, people wanting to celebrate for that. But you got some that's been hip on that, and they've been celebrating it for a while. But not once have I ever heard fireworks for Juneteenth, not this late. And then Father's Day is right around the corner. But that day in between, I shouldn't have been hearing no fireworks. I
Yeah, I'm
should
really
not have been hearing anything.
yeah, I'm really starting to think that there's more to the story, if anything.
So I'm gonna listen out for it tonight after we go off live because it usually happens after 8, 9 o'clock maybe. So if I hear something go on tonight and ain't no holiday, ain't shit going on, something ain't right.
Yeah,
So it's,
it's every single major city that which I think is weird. You're talking about inner city kids that, come on. These are inner city kids.
right,
They don't really have access to any of these things and
and a lot
somehow
of that shit's illegal. So I mean, you got to do some traveling.
right.
Here you can go as far as like South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, that area to get fireworks. I mean, I'm just telling y'all just to tell y'all, look, if y'all gonna be doing that, please be safe. Don't get stopped by the cops. Make sure your tags are
Or it
straight.
might be or it just might be the cops. I don't really think that this is like a fluke. I don't think that this is an accident. I think the cops are the ones that are doing this.
There was some footage of the FDNY. There was footage of them in front of one of their firehouses setting that shit off,
Well, they're the ones that confiscate these shits,
and
right? Like
they're the ones that's setting it off.
just like they did with the crack epidemic. They're putting it in our cities. Now they're putting it in a situation where, like that thing I had posted where the police don't want you to call them. They're
Right.
like, do not call 911. Don't call 311. Don't even call 411. You guys have to go to the problem and you have to pretty much try to talk them out of it. That ain't our job.
That's not our job. That's not what I get paid to do.
Yeah, that's above my. Come on.
Way above my pay grade. And I don't even have a pay grade.
That's why I said it. I think it's rather weird that this is happening in a time where we just had riots, we just had a blowout, and now the police are saying, well, don't call us, don't hit us up. So that makes me feel like y'all are blowing off these fireworks on purpose to get us all upset and then getting into a fight, somehow or another with these people that are doing it. So you guys can have a reason to shoot us. I believe that.
And on another tip, and you was kind of leaning into where I was getting ready to say, they did that, don't call us. We want to see you try to work it out on your own. So it's like when they say defund the police doesn't mean disband them completely. Y'all need to know what defund means. It means that all that money that they're getting is not being put to good use. So defunding means taking a little less money and putting it to like schools and programs for children and things like that. It doesn't mean to disband the police. So when shit goes down, oh my gosh, there's a homicide. Who do I call? No, you still got police. But listen, they're doing that because they're going to say, okay, so it's fuck the police. Okay, you hate us? All right, we're going to set some shit off. We're going to let y'all work that out on your own. Don't call us. And see how easy it is to go into the public and try to work some shit out because it's not going to work. Because whoever, if you go to your neighbor and say, hey, yo, you mind cutting fireworks? My child trying to sleep, and they tell you to F off and want to fight you. See, usually you can call the police and they handle that. But now it's like, don't call us. You handle it since it's F us. So that's like a two-sided, thing right there. It's like, okay, well, you on your own. Since it's F us, you want to fight us, you want to kill us, We ain't shit. We just, we're overpaid people with no emotion. We just like killing people. So y'all figure it out on your own. Don't call us. That's what I think.
I agree.
So, but
Gotta keep yourself.
Lynchburg, I'm telling you now, if I call 911, you better bring your ass to 805 Rivermont. I'm telling you, you better.
One, please call. Not 911.
Someone please call your next door neighbor. Like, what the hell are they supposed to do?
311.
Don't no, don't even call them. And 411, ain't that like the weather or some shit?
That's like information. That used to
Yeah.
be information. Yeah. Now it's not. They don't. Honestly, I really think it's something more sinister going on. I don't really think that it's a fluke of, you know, some poor kids got their hands on some fireworks because these shits are like Macy's Day Parade
Mm-hmm.
um type shits. These are not
Yeah.
like these are
Yeah.
not like the regular joints. Like this is something deeper than that. Like it makes me kind of wonder.
It makes me wonder as well. It's like I'm worried that
What are they disguising? That's what I want to know.
right, like what's the big what's the big picture? What's the end game for y'all?
Oh, I know what the end game is. They're going to roll out. This is what I believe is going to happen because this has happened. Somebody said that this actually happened in a movie before. Obviously, a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Um, the Gangsters. I forgot what the name of the movie is. I got to find it.
The Gangs of New York?
No, it was something else.
What can I say? Because that's my shit.
That's the movie too. The
The
Gangsters.
Departed. The Departed.
Yes,
That's my shit.
they blew off firecrackers to disguise obviously wars that were going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of question, are we heading into war that we don't know about, or was this like, you know, because there really is nothing to celebrate. Like I understand, yeah, Juneteenth, dope, but that shit is over with.
That's
Like,
nothing to be blowing off big ass cannons for. That ain't it.
yeah, part of me really thinks that this is something bigger than what they're saying it is. To be honest with you, and it has me scared at night. I'm not even gonna front because I don't usually get scared of fireworks. It's just that I know that some of them joints is gunshots.
And for those that know what guns sound like,
And Minx is in the Bronx.
once
Minx is
ag-
in the Bronx.
once again, for those that know,
Minx is in the Bronx. And I did read the news. Gino was telling me, he said, did you see that? I think it was a dozen people that got shot. I was like, where
yeah,
the
I
fuck
saw that too.
where the fuck are they getting shot at? Because, y'all need to first of all, we supposed to be still oh shit. Why the fuck is this opening? Hold
Uh-uh.
on. Close. We ain't recording a song right now. Hold on.
But
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, like I told my friend on Facebook, she said, I remember you said there was a post. She said there was a post that I had made last year about the fireworks going off, and I'm like, but not like this.
No, this the fact that Henson, is that her name? Henson
Taraji,
or
Taraji P Henson,
Taraji?
Taraji.
She had posted last night at around I think it was like 11 or 12 that did y'all hear that? Like I'm reading it in her voice. Uh, she
Boo.
did y'all hear that? Do y'all feel that vibration in the ground? So mad people was like, yo, I thought I was the only one.
Uh
I'm like, I don't know where you live, girl, but I feel you because that shit's happening here.
There's a topic on Twitter that I just looked up. It's a topic, a hashtag called fireworks conspiracy. And someone
Yep.
said, okay, so I just saw some kids with fireworks and we asked where they copped them out of genuine interest. And they said, low key, someone just gave them to me. So now all these conspiracy theories are looking a little less conspiracy-ish.
Exactly. Nobody just gives away. First of all, those firecrackers are worth like 20 grand from what I've seen because they're not just regular cherry bombs and shit that you
Oh
throw in a
no.
toilet.
Oh no, they're not.
They're not regular cherry bombs. And some of the videos, the footage that I've actually seen, I've actually seen like, their whole block was lit. lit the fuck up.
Damn. Yeah, I don't
And
need all that.
In Yonkers, where I'm from, where I used to, be at, reside at. Um, some kids was playing around with these firecrackers and wound up lighting up a house on fire. So now, a bunch of people are displaced because of stupidity.
Okay, so I'm looking at some footage. Guy on Twitter posted in West Harlem 3 a.m. This was 16 hours ago that he posted this. In West Harlem 3 a.m. NYPD putting on a show with fireworks in the background. Act New York Governor Cuomo. Is this what they're paid for, huh? And they're just random police officers driving up and down the street
Yeah,
with
and then they're not doing nothing about it.
fireworks in the background. Like what's the deal?
They're the one that's planting it. I really believe that they're planting these. It's just impossible that a bunch of black and brown children are letting off firecrackers in the hood. And it's not necessarily the hood. There's other spots that are rural areas that are like, not so urban that are complaining about the same shit too.
Oh yeah, someone. That's a damn good question. Speaking of the weird fireworks conspiracy, does anyone remember the year where there were just clowns running around for a year and then we never heard from them? You know what? That shit. Mm-mm. I don't. Mm-mm. I remember that mess, and I made it a point not to leave my house. Nope.
All that shit ties in together. And I would say the last part of that puzzle, it feels like it's a puzzle. The last part of that puzzle is where everybody was getting sick off of vaping. So, how does that all tie in together with COVID-19 and
because
these?
the months before that first wave hit, they were really pushing those commercials. You're inhaling metal in your lungs and all this extra, and they were really trying to ban, and they did ban in some states vaping altogether. I remember they did all that, and then
Yeah, they
next thing
went
you
on.
know,
They
we're
went
walking
totally
around with
hard.
masks.
They went totally hard for no reason. And I think one of the things that people keep forgetting is that it was not the regular vapes that they
It
were banning.
it was the jewels, because the
It
jewels
was
was the
the
ones
jewels.
making people sick.
Not just that. Okay, because I've been vaping for almost 2 years, right? Now, there's different types of vapes, like the ones that the kids were taking, the ones that they were using. Um, those were pretty much, kids was trying to get high,
Hmm.
almost like the K2, what is it, K12?
The K2 Spice
Yeah.
look like
So
potpourri.
so here's the thing. Now, when this whole wave, this crisis, went down, I just want to give you the quick chronological events. Now, you had kids that were 17, 18, maybe 16 years old that were buying what they thought was weed, liquid weed
Black
on
market, mind you, black market. Be sure to put that
black
in there.
market. So, yes, they do sell weed in a liquid form, but these kids were not getting that. And because they would get down to the bottom, they couldn't afford, to buy more of the weed pods or anything. So what they were doing is that they were mixing it. And I know this because I'm heavy into forums. And these kids were mixing it with vitamin E oil, which is a no-no.
Oh wow, you try to
So
kill yourself.
this really had nothing to do with the manufacturer. This had to do with the fact that these kids could not get high fast enough, or they could not afford to get high. So they were mixing shit and they didn't know what they were. So, they failed chemistry class, clearly.
Apparently,
So this had nothing to do with anything that these news, they did not want to tell you that. If you read some of these class action lawsuits, that's most of them were dismissed because these kids, it was proven that they were adding shit to, pretty much like what you would do with Coke. You add a
hmm
little bit of baking soda so you can, prolong it a little bit. But they were doing that with vitamin E oil, and that's why their lungs became very popcorny. Me personally, I've never had no issues, knock on wood, because usually the people you buy that shit from, they're usually your neighborhood drug dealers, right? So
usually.
usually. And these are not the ones that are from California. Like the ones from California, from what I've been told, is pretty decent. But these kids were adding shit to it and fucking up their own lungs and burning their lungs out. And then it went away. It went away because you can still buy this, this shit
And I've
online.
noticed nobody is on the news anymore getting their 15 minutes. My son is in a coma because he started vaping. I haven't seen any of those stories since.
But here's the thing: they'll never talk about what is it? Cigarette smoke. The fact that teenagers smoke cigarettes. They've never banned cigarettes. They've never banned cigars.
Hmm.
You know, it made me feel like I said, this is it's like a bigger story behind all of this stuff, you know, and all of it is attacking the lungs.
Yeah.
So fuck you kids.
You ruined it.
Fuck y'all. No, they ruined it only for, I would say, for the sake of, trying to uh just trying to, get my vape on. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But y'all ain't gonna stop me because y'all are fucking stupid. I'm not gonna do that. So it be like that.
Stupid. But anyway, y'all please keep your eyes and ears open for these fireworks and all that shit, cause
Yeah, because all that shit is totally, unnecessary, for them to be doing that shit, especially all hours of the fucking night. Like, come on.
for those that got anxiety and PTSD, I feel really bad for y'all, and I hope somehow y'all can navigate your way through that, because if you served in the military or if you've survived a very traumatizing event, the last thing you need is stuff like that to go off around you, and you already dealing with so much. I really feel for y'all, but yeah, I need to cut that mess out.
Well, I would love to find out which one of these kids is doing that so I can bring them onto the show and ask them, tell us the truth. Who gave it to you? Who supplied you?
Uh, there's a NASCAR race going on right now as we speak. I just got breaking news. Thank you, PV. Bubba Wallace is in third place at Talladega. Oh, speaking of Bubba Wallace, thank you very much for bringing that up, PV. Uh, this is an inside job. Somebody put that noose in his garage.
Hmm.
Gotta be. Yeah, somebody put that in there. And it was probably old boy that says, oh, you know what? I'm getting out of here. If I can't express my, you know what? Go on, get. Because you was 31st. You never won a checkered flag a day in your life. You've been racing for years. You
How do you
suck.
come in 31st place? Like,
31st. Even NASCAR hit him back like, yo, we had to Google you. We don't know who you
oh shit. They want to be your own people.
it be your own people. But that's not stopping Bubba at all. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Everybody wants to be a NASCAR fan now. It's like, okay, why not? Some of us like hockey. Some of us like soccer. Some of us like golf. I'm sorry, golf is one of those sports that I cannot sit through. I'll watch baseball before I watch golf. And I particularly don't like baseball either.
Yeah, baseball was never my thing.
But please believe if there's a black man behind the wheel driving around in circles at 250 miles per hour, damn it, we're going to support him. Better believe it.
Yes.
And
Yes, we will.
even though I love Dale Jr. down, that's Bay. But yeah, we rooting for Bubba.
Crazy.
Cause he's our new Wendell Scott. And for those that don't know who Wendell Scott is, Google is your friend.
Yeah. Your most trusted confidant is Google.
Google will be telling you everything you need to know.
Everything. Everything.
Let's go ahead and jump in the jaw roll. God.
God.
So, for those that don't know what's going on, or you just sleep up under a rock and don't use any social media, Ja Rule's decided to film a crazy ass low budget TV commercial for a Greek restaurant that has racked up millions in views. Now, number one, this is for a TV show called Celebrity Show Off. So the money, the things that they're doing on the show, the money that's being generated from this is going to their charity of choice. I think. I think.
Mm.
So Ja Rule decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to put together a Greek restaurant ad. Now, number one, it's only funny because he couldn't pronounce any of the Greek food that he had to read off his cue card. So he was like, Papa Christo's got the best motherfucking euros you ever ate in your life. Shit's so good you can't pronounce it. Uh,
Are you serious?
for real, for real. He's got on a shirt, a black shirt that says I heart Greece," and he's like on a green screen, and he's stumbling over dishes like tzatziki, octopodokia, creatopita, and all that Greek stuff. Right? Funny, I know how to pronounce it, and I'm not Greek, but I do have Greek in my family. But yeah, I like Kojaks. Anyway, um, once again, Google is your friend. I like cop shows. He says, quote, "You can't pronounce the food is so damn good." And so at the end of the minute spot, he looks at the camera trying to do this little Greek dance and he hollers, "Opa!" at the end of it.
God bless his soul.
Now, of course, where there's Ja Rule, there's always the most toxic ass Gemini you'll ever meet in life or not meet in life. 50 Cent. This nigga is so, oh my gosh. I don't even want to say it like that. Like, he is so petty. Like, it makes no sense. And the fact that Ja Rule is also doing house parties, he's gotten to that level. He's, to me, to be honest, if you're doing house parties and you're Ja Rule, take 50 out of this. You're Ja Rule. You are now reduced to performing. If you don't turn that shit, hold on a second, y'all. Y'all hear that shit? Like someone just had to park on my side of the house.
That's how it always is. It's fuck your show.
Yeah, fuck your life. But anyway, when you're Ja Rule and you are now reduced to playing house parties. Now, of course, Black Twitter was like, y'all laugh at a man trying to make an honest buck, do. Once again, take 50 out of this. You are a high, well, I ain't gonna say you're one of those high tier, high ranking celebrities. You got hits. Not taking that from you. You've got hits, but bro, house parties? You got 12 people in the house with you?
Well, he may have made a lot of money off of that.
And you performing Holla Holla and your old cuts from 2006, 7, 8?
Is he getting paid though?
From those 12 people, I'm sure. I don't think this was a big venue person putting that together.
Well, this is what I'm saying because I had gotten into I got into it on my my Instagram today about that.
Before you get into that, Jonesy on Facebook. Shout out to Jonesy. What's up, Jonesy? He said he's got a video out on YouTube right now. It's called Black Lives Matter. He got that joint. I did see it, Jonesy. That joint is super official. He edits
We'll feature it on the website.
Yeah, we'll feature it on the website. Yeah, Jonesy, we got a website now. Go ahead and email it, rtimshow@gmail.com. We'll have it posted up in our website. Yeah, he directs and cuts his own videos. He does his son's videos. Dope ass producer, dope ass artist. Yeah, nice. Jonesy is one of us. He's jack of all trades. He does everything.
Oh, he must be getting that moolah.
He's a dope ass artist as far as like painting and drawing too. He did a mural on the wall. That joint was nice.
I love people that can do more than one thing.
Sometimes we have to.
Yeah. And people don't get that. They think that we're just trying to, hog the limelight.
Yeah, no, we ain't got time for all that shit. But shout out to Jonesy. Shout out to Bedrock. You know what I'm saying? He's got music on Spotify. He let me see, go look him up right now so I can read off some of his albums. The song is also up on Spotify. It's called Black Lives Matter. It's also on his Spotify. He's got his newest album, Bedrock, is out. He's got another one called Tribe. He's got an untitled joint. For What It's Worth, he did a re-release, which that's like my favorite album. and he did an EP to where, and this is very creative. He produced 5 beats, and he only did the hook. And he, it was a I do the hook,
That's
and
what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm banging out all hooks, and I'm trying to find the right artist to hop on them shits.
yeah, no, it's backwards. He does the verses, and you do the hook.
Oh, then yes,
Yeah,
that's fucking dope. I would have never thought of that.
yeah. Shout out to the dough. Yeah, the dough is one of those. See, he don't really put himself out there, but the dough is nice too. He also has a clothing line called the Dough Wear. Hit him up on Facebook, THADOE. The song Black Lives Matter features him, but the video is his solo. He got a solo video.
Nice.
Yeah, so email me that, Jonesy, and we'll have it up on the website.
The new website.
The brand and spanking new minted website.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'll play the song. I'm gonna play a song tonight. Matter of fact, in between segments. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, you were saying about your Instagram.
Oh yes. So I got into some beef with one of my followers, which I thought was my friend, but
Again.
things will change, the next coming days because I've been more of, I would say I've been using my platform more to talk about conscious shit, just
Mm.
trying to stay away from, calcified mind shit. Um, so I had posted up my thoughts about Ja Rule and how I felt like people should just let him rock, just, stop making fun of him, like ceasefire, ceasefire. And I had one of my followers that was, going back and forth with me because they were like, obviously caping for 50. Quite frankly, y'all know I don't give a fuck about 50. I don't like him. I don't like his energy. I think that he's a bitter, failed businessman.
Actually, I wouldn't say failed, but go ahead.
Uh, he's failed, has several failed businesses. I actually outlined every single one of them that he failed at. And I say, if we're going to credit reading material like my friend was doing, oh, he's only applying the 48 laws of power. It's okay. Well, he's applied the 48 laws of power, and you tell me which law states that you have to be worried about somebody and create enemies for no reason. Because the thing is that in the 48 laws of power, what it says is to use your enemies. That's what it says. You use your enemies. It doesn't say anything about creating them or holding on to them for years or trolling people for years, right? So I just left it to that. And of course, I said, you know, 50's beneath me, and he will always be beneath me because I vibrate on a higher frequency. And all this boy heard or read was that I said that somebody was beneath me. Now, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck what you guys think of me and what I say. Okay. At the end of the day, life is about levels. If somebody is vibrating on a lower level of consciousness, you are beneath me because I am vibrating higher and I consistently vibrate higher. I don't see anything wrong with a woman saying, why can't he get his bag? Why does everybody have to be in a crab in the barrel mentality? Why can't people just root for the underdog? Because I'm the underdog. And instead, all you heard was somebody was beneath me. So the way that I look at it, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, I can't deal with people. If you're going to be my Facebook friend, if you're going to be my Instagram friend, and or my Twitter friend, I cannot stand people who are on my page waiting to fight with me. I think that's lame. I think that's corny, and I also think that if you have people like this on your page, you know, you could say something positive. They don't say a word. They don't like your posts. They don't say anything positive. But then let you post a thought-provoking question. They want to be the first person to go and have a back and forth with you.
I
So
mean, I'm
from
I'm I'm all for healthy discussion. I'm all for discussion. But when it turns into like you failing to comprehend the discussion and instead you try to form something that's not even part of the discussion, then that's where we're going to have a disconnect, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with what people say. Matter of fact, if you don't like what was being posted, you didn't have to say anything. You could have just kept it moving. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's why I kept saying to myself, right? I was like, you're one of those. You're one of those people. Because you're just on my page because you want to fight with me. Or you want to like pick apart all my posts and have a back and forth with me. I'm like, nigga, can you say hello? Can you climb into my DMs and ask me how I'm doing before you even go back and forth with me? I just think it's corny and I don't do that to people. Like I don't think that a person has a right to be sitting on your page waiting for you to say something that they disagree with so they can let off shots.
I mean, I just feel like I mean, I don't look for 50 in terms of, oh my gosh, he's a role model of sorts, and he's this, and this. I go off of it. Is not even about the music, because I mean, yeah, he got some cuts and all that, but see, his lane is in TV and alcohol beverages, and he's writing books and shit. And while that's cool, and he's getting his bag on that aspect, I I just laugh at the man because here you are, 40 something years old, and you still going back and forth trolling people. Like, just that's his nature. That's what he does. He trolls.
And Rick Ross, of all people, Rick Ross. But this is the
Well,
problem.
Rick Ross kind of sort of opened himself up for that one, but
But
that's
this is the thing. When if I was famous or worldwide known somehow, and 50 wanted to beef with me, do you know how quickly I would have put a fucking order of protection against him? Not because I'm in fear of my life, but I ain't here for the slander. And I'm surprised that nobody has ever done that. Like, order protections don't make you look weak. Order protections is what protects you from a person that is potentially trying to get you to break the law too. Because someone like 50, I would have been broke his legs.
but then too, once again, if you know him on that clowning aspect, I don't think nobody would ever go
But that
above and
don't mean
beyond that.
this is what I was trying to explain to my Instagram friend that might have blocked me. I said, yo, real talk. If we are going to be honest about 50 Cent, right? And we're talking about 50 and Ja Rule, right? Now, he kept throwing this whole 48 laws of power. And I said, well, 50 has the 50th law of power out. A lot of people don't know that Robert Greene wrote with him the 50th law of power. However, the entire book was based on fear. So that means to me that 50 is a bitch. Okay? Because if you're going to write a whole book about overcoming fear, that means that you would have had to lived in fear. So all of that is a mechanism of covering up a weakness. And if his weakness is fear, maybe that's why he does this trolling shit. But the bottom line is that I don't really like how, people did want to argue and bicker about 50 Cent. Like, look, opinion, and here's mine. We should not be tearing down the next black person. We should not be tearing down people. What we should be doing is we should be uplifting and trying to find ways to come and understand it, because you don't think white folks are sitting back and watching how he feuds with people. Oh, look, this coon is doing it again. Doing it again. Like, you're not that's not business minded to me. If I'm running a business or have several businesses and I have so many successes, I'm not going to sit and worry about one person that, which he did, create an enemy, because that shit would have been gone. That shit would have been dead. But I'll tell you one thing, 50's a hypocrite, because he definitely said in one of his songs, I don't have beef with gangsters. No, he says, I don't have beef with rappers. I have beef with gangsters. But only thing you stay beefing with is other rappers. So that just leads me to believe that, yeah, all right, hypocrite. And you were shot only 3 times. You weren't shot 9.
Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah, shot 3 times, not 9. It don't matter. He milked that shit, and that's why him is the like he is the reason why the whole Takashi shit is out now. Why this whole cockiness and arrogance of rappers that are out now. Nobody's humble. We'll never have another Nipsey Hustle. That rhymed. I should be a fucking rapper.
Oh, but wait. Oh, but wait.
Oops. Um, that was surprising. No, but I'm saying, like, Nipsey was humble. He knew he was hot. He knew he was lyrically versatile, but he didn't come off saying "fuck you, your mother," and I hope you get cancer of the eyes. He didn't. He wasn't doing that to people.
He really wasn't. I mean, he wasn't that type of guy. I mean, I don't know. I've never met him, but from
But that's what I want to ask 50. Is this the legacy that you're trying to leave when you are dead and gone, and you are in your gold casket that Floyd Mayweather will probably buy? Um, uh, when people, I tell people, live your life as to how you would not mind laying in
I
that
forgot
casket.
he was trolling Floyd too. I forgot about that. God, he
And
is a bully. He is an internet bully. He is. He's an
he's a
internet bully.
bully. He is a bully, and I wonder if what people say about him when he's dead and gone, and you got one kid that your own flesh and blood that hates you. What point do you say to yourself, "I need to change my story. I need to get back, a positive story, so that when my kids hear who I was as a person, I won't be looked at as a
I'm sorry.
dirtbag."
Hold on. Is that Beyonce Jr. in the background singing?
Of course it is.
Tell her cut that record and quit playing.
We
I will produce her. Tell her cut that record.
That's good song ideas. I sometimes get a little bit concerned. Like, she wants to be like JoJo Siwa.
All of the prominent people out there to be like, and she wants to be like JoJo Siwa.
She want to be like. I asked her, "Why do you want to be like JoJo Siwa?" She said, "Because I want to make bows for my hair for people to wear." So I said, "Oh, so you want to be totally monetized?"
Yeah,
I get.
right. Hair bow. She's got a lot of hair, so yeah, I can see
She
that.
wants to, she wants to do fashion for that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, she's too much.
She is killing it. Oh goodness. Let's see what else we got going on, y'all. Hang on a second. Phone acting stupid. Yo, this Face ID. Uh, Speaking of people being bitch made, Swiss Beats might have a little beef with Drake. Your man's, aka Champagne Poppy, aka took 2 years for me to disclose my kid, but now I'm acting like a father on Father's Day. Anyway, um,
Oh wow.
well, so apparently there was a song that Drake and Busta had done together. Uh, it had some of it had leaked, but according to Drake, that song was never to be released. And Swizz was doing Zone Radio, playing Busta cuts and all that. And so he asked Bus about the Drake track that they did together. And so he said basically he wanted some Jay Dilla production, and rest in peace to one of the greatest ever to touch the pads. He wanted some Dilla beats, and he wanted the Dilla beats for himself basically. But how it turned out, because Bus had them, they did an impromptu song together, and so Bus was like, "Oh, word, well, we got a hit. You're one of the you're the hottest rapper out right now. It'd be an honor to work with you." Do. But Drake had other plans, so he said Drake wanted to get some production from Dilla. He knew I had it. We was talking about him. Working with Dilla was some of the stuff I had in the stash. And I ain't gonna front, he's one of the prominent MCs that I'm a fan of. And interestingly, when he did the record, it wasn't even something that we planned to do. It was something that he did, and it didn't happen where it was supposed to happen. And when I saw that it was laying dormant, I thought it was only right to try to complete the record. So he went on to explain that he and Drizzy never worked things out to actually release it, and that it ended up staying in the stash. And so Swiss asked why things weren't sorted out. Bus said, well, he never knew what the actual reason was because they never had a chance to discuss it. And so Swiss responded, "That's a pussy."
Mm.
And I don't like using that word. I think that word is totally vulgar. I cannot stand that word. But if I'm if I'm gonna quote, I'm gonna quote it correctly. Elsewhere
He
in the
said
converse and elsewhere in the
poussey.
what happened?
I said he said poussey.
Poussoir. Yeah,
Poussoir.
I say that. Elsewhere in the conversation, Bus clarified that Drizzy didn't necessarily want to work with him. Oh, well, damn, he bougie. The Toronto native wanted a Dilla beat. I don't want to get it misconstrued, Bus said. He didn't come to me to make a record with me. He wanted to do Dilla's beat. That was all it was about, and that's all I'm saying. But Swiss called him a poussoir because at the end of the day, that's what he said, quote, because at the end of the day,
Can't believe he
niggas,
said that.
yeah, and people still saying that too. Because at the end of the day, uh, Swizz always he also went to call Drake a quote little kid and a little guy. You know all this extra, and Swizz went on to say, quote, and we made a lot of great things together. There's no personal things. You understand? If it was personal, we shoot your plane out the sky. End quote. Now Swizz, come on now. We know you're not that guy. We know
Well,
you are not that. You zone. You're not that guy.
yeah, I haven't fucked with Swiss since, he cheated on his wife. Um,
Yeah, Alicia Keys just went on and made herself a home.
and you know what? People always say to me, oh, you can't, sit there and say shit like that. I'm like, I sure can because I am a woman. And as a woman, if I see that another woman is operating on that level, I don't fuck with that woman. That's just me. So y'all can get out your feelings real quick, but I don't do that. Mm-mm. No way. We don't do that. I totally, whether or not a man is having issues with his baby moms or whatever the case may be, your thirsty ass needs to stay the fuck up out of it until he leaves the relationship, not because of meeting you, but
Mm-hmm.
because he has realized that maybe this is a relationship that ain't gonna be. So for people to sit there and talk about, oh, they were broke up already, I'm like, bitch, were you there? Because I think that the woman was paid off to recant her story because when she first came out, remember, she was in every gossip blog saying that
Mm-hmm.
Alicia broke up my family.
And they labeled her a home wrecker and this, that, and the third. And
Oh, she's still a homewrecker. And you know what? I can't get mad at it. However way you hoes choose to move. That ain't my business and it ain't my problemo. But I will definitely say is that I have stopped listening to Alicia Keys for those reasons. And people will say, oh, that's so petty, Minx. You're going to stop listening to, well, did y'all stop listening to R. Kelly? Okay, then shut the fuck up. Okay. Just chill yourselves out.
but yeah, after all of that, Swiss tried to issue an apology to Drake. My thing is, if you're gonna if number one,
Who apologizes to Drake? Like,
what's number? Here's where he fucked up. Number one, while he was talking to Bus, and Buster said, what he explained the story. What should have happened after that, well, during the live, what he should not have done was said what he said. What should have happened was after that live, he should have hit Drake like, yo, Drake, so what's good with that Dilla track you and Bus did? Y'all gonna release that or not? And if Drake said no, we hadn't really worked everything out, then okay, leave it where it is. But for you to call a man a poussoir and then you gonna try to clean it up with I was in the wrong energy in the wrong space and this, that, and the third. But now you got his OVO people coming back like, nah, we don't need your apology. It's clear you don't like us. So act that same way when you see us. And they called him a poussoir. So now it's going to be some beef that Drake probably don't even know what's going on. But I'm sure the OVO camp told him. And so we don't know what's going to happen. But I'm going to be keeping my eye on that because Drake ain't that type of guy either because he runs behind Jay Prince. And so,
oh yeah,
yeah.
those are supposed to be like his fucking goons and shit.
Yo,
Like, oh,
Jay Prince though, yeah, that's for those that don't know who Jay Prince is. Once again, Google is your homie.
Google is your homie. Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes, it is.
yeah. So that's that on that. So we probably will never get that track now. Thanks a lot, Swiss. Uh,
Well, well, my question is that could they still release it? Like, you think they still probably would release it or no? Like, no, altogether.
well, if he and Bus decide to work out, get the paperwork straight, and work it out with the Dilla, what's the word for them? The ah shit, I'm old. My brain is not working. With the estate, with the Dilla estate, if they work it out with them to where they could release it, then yeah, I think they should. But if Drake was like, nah, that really wasn't what I was there for. We just had some good vibes. It's in the stash. But how long you won't keep it in the stash? I hate when that's kind of my thing. Like I kind of hate it when artists and it's clear that the vibe was there and it's a dope record. And if it's for this time, if it's the right time for it, drop it. Why do you have 8,000 songs in the stash? Quit
Are you
stashing shit, especially if
are,
it's good.
are you talking about me with my 8,000 beats that I've never finished? Are you talking about me?
Or am I
What's up,
talking about
man?
myself that I've got like 6 folders of unreleased shit? Like, or is it me? Like, we could be talking about any one of us in here in this chat, anywhere that's anybody that's listening. Like, look, for something like that, and if Bus was really excited about dropping it, that should have been the next phone call. Like, yo, Drake, I'm really excited about this. Dilla's my man, you my favorite. Do do do. Let's work it out. And
Nah,
I
that ain't it.
and I think we could have got it, but Swiss kind of fucked that up.
Swiss is just, I honestly, a lot of the stuff that I hear, I think it's just a lot of people just trying to stay relevant, these beefs and shit. I just think they're all strategically planned. Like, I just don't, I don't, Liam says, can you get music? Yes, you can shoot us over some music at RTIM. Wait. Yeah,
Or
RTIMshow at gmail.com. You can shoot us over some music. Must be Spotify or MP3.
because if you send me anything else, guess where it's going?
The Tridash.
The Trididash.
Fatality.
But yeah, we're gonna jump into some more topics. But first, we gotta get this song out coming up on the RTIM. I like that. Don't that sound real radio-ish? Coming up on the RTIM show, Justin Bieber getting a little handsy back in 2014, and now it's coming up to bite him in the ass. Also, Lil Boosie being a crybaby yet again, but what else is new? And we're going to deep dive into these Beyonce lyrics because I still haven't heard that song, but Minx wants to talk about it, and I'm sure we got a rant. Do we have a manifestation tonight or no?
Uh, no. Well, I was trying to see where everybody was at, but we'll push it. We'll push it through.
Okay.
Um, but I'll just say a manifestation thought. Um, now is the time. Get your businesses and together. If you're thinking about starting a business, hey, what's up, East Trenton? If you're thinking about getting your business together and you need that extra oomph, I'm telling you right now, the time is now. So that's your manifested thoughts for now.
Yeah, we it don't always have to be physical, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get your ideas together and just get it done. Just get it done. Write it down. Get a book. I'll show you guys my book. This is my book. I write my ideas. And when you do that, you manifest them deeper and shit happens. So,
Shit happens.
yeah, I'm dead serious. Shit happens. I'll write down on a piece of paper, I'm going to have Boston Market tonight. And then out of nowhere, my hubby comes and says, I don't really think, it's a little bit too hot to be cooking. You want to get some Boston Market? And I'm like,
No, your ass was just hungry and he didn't feel like cooking. That's all that was.
you know what? I'm the worst housewife ever. I don't care. These men, ladies, stop listening to these dudes on Facebook and shit. They're single. They don't know what they're talking about. You're never going to be perfect. You just have to be perfect enough for the person that looks at you imperfectly.
Yeah, babe, it's too hot to cook. How about some TV dinners?
Well, I will say he made my day because he bought me some strawberries. Okay, not strawberries,
No,
strawberries. Okay,
I heard the SKRAW. No, I heard the scroll.
made me some strawberries. Okay, and then I was like, yo, if I go in this bag and I don't see my, oh, he did get it, my cottage cheese.
Ew,
Amen.
ew.
Look,
Who are you?
I don't know what it is. I never liked this shit before, but I could sit up all night and eat cottage cheese off the fucking spoon. I don't know what's wrong with me.
What is? You know what? We're gonna be back, y'all. We'll be back with more topics. This is a track from Jonesy. It's called Black Lives Matter. Please check them out on Spotify. Makes you nasty as shit. Anyway, it's the RTIM show. We'll be back in a few minutes.
We'll be back.
Well, we're outside Fifth and Federal right now as protesters have gathered outside the doors. If you can see, there's around between 50 and 100 people protesting.
Black lives really matter. We tired of taking shit. Ain't gonna stop until it quit. We'll burn this bitch down quick. We had enough. No justice, no loyalty in the system that we supposed to trust. Put our hands up, still getting bust. Tell me what we supposed to do. Quiet protest with no action, then fuck the rest. Times change, it's a different breed, so you best believe niggas gon' flex. We got kids who really need us. Ain't got time to pray to Jesus. Cause cops killing and our days running short, so no need to say free, sir. We not obeying, no more. It's time to show y'all that we no joke. Got all races riding with us, so we gon' hold it down and stay on go. Cause y'all broke the rules, so we breaking chains. Flip the switch, we gon' change some things. Phase 1 is to react in vain, but phase 2, y'all wanna feel our pain for real.
Probably gonna wrap things up right now, though, as police are asking everyone to leave the area. And they are sending some sort of gas towards the protesters. But as you can see, some of these protesters have chosen not to leave, and police are advancing, trying to get them out of the area. But I think we're probably gonna have you need to get out right now because
Black lives, want peace. We tired of getting killed in the streets. Color of my skin, feel police. Got me screaming out, I need to see the chief. We down with abuse and harassing. We get us all the justice, see your badges. Where the fuck is justice to this madness? That's the only thing that we asking. Strong fist to the sky. We all wanna live, we don't wanna die. You love to see a black woman cry. You love to see another black man die. It's a cold world that we live in. We gon' stand up, not gon' give in. We gon' keep protesting, and y'all gon' listen. It's the message that we tryna give. Stop killing men, women, and our kids. Tell me if it was you, would you get angry and wanna shoot? Do you stand up for what is right? Would you stand up for your rights? Tell me, tell me.
For those who do not think white privilege exists, you are delusional and you are part of the problem.
That was Black Lives Matter by Jonesy. It's the Random Talking Indie Music Show. We are Bike 759 Mix Couture. We back in the building for some more topics of some foolishness. But first off, let me get the foolishness out the way. Back to the cottage cheese, though. Really?
Yes. Yes.
Whose grandma did you inherit that? You know, my grandma used to make this little salad. I forgot the name of it, but it had lettuce and peaches and freaking cottage cheese. I forgot the name of it. Whatever it was, I ain't eat none of it. But if
You know what it is?
y'all want to eat
Cheese.
y'all want to eat cottage cheese, give your milk 2 weeks.
Cheese is cheese. You
No,
know,
man, no, 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 no. So that's where we
queso,
draw. Nope, that's where we draw the line.
queso is queso. No, I love cottage cheese. I just think it's just so. Um,
It's bland.
I never used to like it before, but it's the type you gotta get. Okay, I'm not talking about that lactate shit. I'm talking about Breakstones. Like Breakstones cottage cheese is lit. You know, I love that. Um, but yeah, other than that, I can't eat nothing else. I just me can't.
Me can't either. I can't eat that shit. No thanks. But anyway, shout out to everybody that's on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Yeah, we're back on Twitch. PV said hashtag not all cheese matters.
Oh hell no!
PV, my man. Hashtag not all
All,
cheese matters.
all cheese matters. Don't play with me.
Man, F cottage cheese.
I hate you. Y'all
Yeah.
supposed to take my side.
Which I hope you didn't just say you hate me when I didn't say that. PV says cottage cheese is effing gross. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Try it with some pineapples. You will love it.
Just curds of
Nobody
cheese
like
and yeah, no, we ain't rocking. We ain't
no, no,
rocking.
nobody's rocking with me.
No, I
Okay.
ain't rocking. I ain't rolling
More,
either. I don't
more
want
from me.
curds of cheese. I don't want curds of milk in my teeth. I'm sorry.
More
Like I
from
like
me.
blue cheese, and blue cheese is nothing but mold, and I know that
Blue
now.
cheese is worse. What?
Blue cheese is oh my gosh. No.
Blue cheese is worse.
Are we gonna have this damn cheese discussion? We gonna
Look,
go there?
I will eat every single cheese except the Baby Bell.
What? Man, this show is fucking over. This partnership is disbanded. Take down the website. Put my name off the merch. Yo, this shit is done. You don't eat baby bells? What's wrong with you?
I don't eat Baby Bells. Give it up. It's disgusting. What is
Oh,
that whack shit? What is this whack shit? You know, what is
oh,
it? What
oh,
is it?
oh, gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, who are you?
Vicky over on Instagram, she says blue cheese is good.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Vicky. Thank you,
it
Thank you, Vicky. That's what I'm
blue
talking
cheese
about.
is good if you got some spicy as wing
Wings. Yes.
wounds, yes. Or actually no, them shits taste good with some celery though. I'm not gonna front.
See, that's what I'm saying. But nah, hold on. I'm gonna come to you real quick, cause cause cottage cheese is freaking gross, bro. I don't care. PV says he'll be my new partner.
Oh,
We need that diversity. Thank you.
I'll do the website work.
You've been kicked off the show. Um, no, but cottage cheese is one of those. Like I'm sorry. Back to the baby bell. I can't just skip over my baby bell like that because y'all know the cheese that comes in that wheel. The authentic Italian cheese got that wax ring about around that bad boy. And when you take that ring off and bite, it's so aged and perfectly well. But the baby bells, that's mozzarella cheese, and that wax is to help keep it, keep it moist without it turning.
Mad that you said moist.
I hate that word. I hate that word moist, but
Not
when
moist.
you open a baby bell and you bite into it, you gotta get some Ritz crackers or some Townhouse joints.
Oh, the townhouse is the best. I can't deal with Ritz crackers no more. The Keeblers, them shits is good.
I love Ritz. I got the little mini packs in my
They
cabinet.
changed something. They have changed formulas in so much food
But
that I
they
can't.
still nice and buttery.
Can you please explain to me why Captain Crunch has a honey version?
I'm sorry, what?
A honey version. A honey version.
See. I love honey flavored stuff. I love honey flavored peanut butter, but this is where we draw the line, damn it. Captain Crunch. Stop.
Captain Crunch. Honey version. I said, what in the fuck is this shit?
No, dog. That ain't it. I ain't rolling.
See, this is the thing. See, Gino's dad, right? He loves, like, he has a sweet tooth. So when he gets us snacks and stuff, I be looking at, like, what's up, Vern? I be looking up at, like some of the stuff he got. And I'm like, you really have Lucky Charms ice cream? Like,
Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me?
Lucky Charms fucking ice cream?
Oh, I love Lucky Charms, but not like, no.
Yeah, they changed to Captain Crunch. I think I still have the box somewhere. Let me text Gino, see if he got.
See, y'all doing too much. General Mills, I don't know what y'all got in y'all's repertoire, but this honey flavored shit and that ice cream shit just ain't the move. Honey, the only thing honey y'all should have in your cereal is Honey Nut Cheerios. Other than that, General Mills, stop playing with my cereal.
Nah, they really changed. They changed way too much. Way too much shit.
They already got the peanut butter cinnamon toast crunch, and that's my shit. But other than that, don't be trying to honey everything up. Don't do that.
Shout out to CJ the Cannon.
What up, CJ?
Shout out to him. He's out in Virginia. I told you about him.
Oh, CJ, you from the 7-5, huh?
Our interview will be dropping soon, guys. I'm working on that and some other things.
Yeah,
but let's get into these topics, honey. Because I know I've been keeping, like, all weekend. I'm like, I gotta wait for the show. Gotta wait for the show. I can't go off. Gotta wait for the show.
All right, one more cereal. PV says Oreos are great. Oreo O's are disgusting, and I do agree. Not every cookie needs to be made into a cereal. Cookie Crisp back in the day was about as far as you can go.
Well, when you eating that shit, the only thing I can say is
He needs some milk.
Vicky says, I'm glad Raisin Bran is still the same. Yeah,
yes.
They haven't touched that. And
You
they
better not touch my Raisin Bran. Give me extra
Mm-hmm.
raisins. Give me granola. I love the Raisin Bran with the granola. That shit gives it an extra crunch. I love it.
Yeah, the crunch.
Crunch. But don't fuck with my Raisin Bran. He needs something. Yo, Captain Crunch and Oreo O's and all that stuff just tears your mouth to pieces. The roof of your mouth will never feel the same. I'm surprised I still have ridges. Everybody's got those ridges in the roof of their mouth, I think.
I lost mine from eating Dipsy Doodles.
Oh shit, Dipsy Doodles.
Vern says that they ruined the original tricks. Yes, they did. They're balls now. They're not even the fucking
shapes.
They're not even the shapes of. I remember the grape ones because I used to push those to the side. That was weird like that.
Oh, here you go.
I liked.
I used to eat Trix. I only ate Trix. Right, exactly. I only ate Trix dry, and I ate Fruit Loops dry. I will never eat Fruit Loops and milk ever again as long as I live.
Oh yeah, Fruit Loops. No way.
They even changed Fruit Loops. Like, they don't even taste like fruit anymore.
Yeah, Vern says the flavor is off. Yeah, there's something it just tastes like they added more paint thinner than normal.
Oh my god.
Like, come on. Y'all added too much paint thinner. Like,
PV says Captain Crunch is a good hurt. Hey, if you are a sucker for pain and you like that what's it called? Sadomasochism and all that. If that's your thing, do it. But honey,
no.
That S&M, you a sucker for punishment and pain. If that's your deal, by all means, go right on it.
Yeah, and a part of me, my mom keeps trying to say, "Oh, the older you get, your face buds, your
taste buds makes your taste." Oh my gosh.
Your taste buds change. I was like, that ain't had nothing to do with no damn taste buds. They changed the formula because on the box it says new formula. I mean, come on.
What was wrong with the old one?
There was nothing wrong with it. It's just they're trying to create a longer shelf life.
You know what? I bet some of those parents got real picky I started emailing people like, "Oh my gosh, it's too much cereal. It's too much sugar. It's too much. It's too much. It's too."
Vicky says Fruit Loops get soggy too quickly just after pouring the milk all over them.
Say it again, Vicky. Say it again. I'm telling you, the last time I ate a bowl of Fruit Loops, I was about, let's see, in the 5th grade, so I was about 12. Yeah, I was about 12, going on 13 at the time, and I had made some Fruit Loops because I was the only cereal in the house, and I used to love some Fruit Loops. And one day, I just let them sit a little too long, and I went to get a mouthful, and it's a texture thing with me. Shit that tastes slimy, and I get sick, like visibly sick. So I ran to the kitchen with my bowl and barfed all in the kitchen sink. I don't even give a shit.
Oh my God.
I will never eat Fruit Loops again, ever.
It's a fucking trap.
With or without milk, I don't give a damn. I'm not eating it.
I can't. But it's true though. It's true. They ruined everything. Everything don't taste the same. Not even Cheerios taste the same. Like,
Yo, they don't. PV says your taste buds don't change. The number of them changes. You actually lose them as you age. No wonder my mom can never decide what she wants to eat. That's
course.
That's a clip, and she gonna see this one. I thought I was a little indecisive about what I want to eat. I don't know how we always get to talking about food because that's just what we do.
That's
But
what we love. We love food, music, and food. It should be the Random Talk and Indie Music Food Show.
facts, because we got to talking about Philly cheesesteaks and all types of shit. Now today we're talking about cereal. But Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks are like my absolutely hell no's.
Oh, Apple Jacks, fuck no.
I eat honeycombs, but I only eat them dry. I will never put them in milk ever.
I can't believe you said honeycombs.
Yeah,
Baker
they still
says-
sell it. They still sell it.
She says, I think I've gained taste buds. Yeah, my taste buds have changed. I kind of like, because of quarantine, I want to have more stuff that I can't have, like sushi, for instance. I
Love
don't know why I
sushi.
can't get my hands on no damn sushi.
I love sushi. Shout out to the Kroger up a few blocks from me that carries it. Thank y'all so very much. I go there so often. The guy almost know me by name. He sees me walking towards him, and he go to the back and break out the fresh shit. Like, hey, would you like to try this? Hell yeah, put it on in there.
Give me my squid.
I love some good old calamari. He smacks PV smacks. You talking about dig 'em? Yo, smacks. I don't care. Oh my gosh, if that was the last cereal on earth, I would be so happy. I love Smacks. And Minx teases me because she can't stand Smacks. It's a roach attractor, but I don't have bugs in my house. So
What is it about that cereal that roaches like all
it's because it's the
Hunger
sugar.
Games.
It's the sugar. It's sweet. It's sticky.
Well, I tell you one thing. I went to my friend's house when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh, I want to have me some Smacks." Fucking pour that shit in the bowl, waiting for my friend to come back, and I fucking looked, and there was a roach in it, and that was it.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
That was the last of it. All
But-
it takes is one time. One time.
But I will, if I see them in the malto meal bag, they're better than the ones in the box. I will say that. I've had both. I prefer the malto meal bag or any bag Smacks. Give them to me. That's my shit.
Vicky says, as I enjoy octopus and anything that is seafood. Yes, and it's
I
true.
don't like octopus. I tried octopus. I think no, the person that prepared the sushi, he overdid the octopus. It was supposed to have been like a smoked octopus, and the rings were very chewy. I didn't like it.
I even know what that tastes. I know what that texture is. That
It's like chewing on a rubber band.
yes, and it looks like one too.
Exactly. That's why I don't like octopus. But I'm down for most seafood.
Facts.
And that was our food portion of the show. So if y'all got any type of foods and shit that y'all no longer like to eat, or some stuff that you would like for us to try,
I told you I'm getting ready to do the Nutella challenge. So,
yo, we got to do that. We got to do that.
have you had it before?
I love Nutella, and I don't like hazelnuts.
Okay, so then yeah, this will be a great one.
But I have to have the little wafers to go with them. If I have to go to the grocery store and get them little Nutella cups with the little sticks, I will do that.
Yeah.
But I got
So-
to have the sticks.
This week, I'm going to do the challenge. Vicky says I tried my first thing of octopus in Mexico. Oh, how was it?
She's still alive, ain't she?
True. That's a fact.
I mean, macro nigiri. You'll thank me. PV, I'm hip. I am hip. I'm hip. Yeah, I'm down with it.
She's hip to the bone. Hip to the bone.
I'm hip to the bone. Give me the ginger. I don't do wasabi. That's my mom's thing. I don't need my face running when I'm trying to eat and taste my food. I don't need that.
See, what's that show? Jackass destroyed the whole concept of wasabi, though. I'm not going to front.
Steve-O ruined a lot of shit that I would no longer do.
Oh, shit. I done hit the wrong button and everything. We wasn't giving you a shout out, Steve-O, so just relax.
No, but shout out to Steve-O, though, because I definitely got my laughs.
Yeah, I'm not going to front. He did his thing. I'm not going to front.
I'm glad he stopped, though.
Yeah, and I think he's on a better path. He was on a bad path at one point.
All of them were, except, all of them were.
Vicky says, on Wednesday, I'm getting a NutriBullet and we'll be trying my hand. Oh, I actually have one. And I tell you, one day I was bored and I just took broccoli, threw that shit in there with some strawberries and some ice. Man, listen, that shit was mad good.
This guy I used to work with, his wife used to make his smoothies for him. And he came in one day with some kale. Was it kale? No, it was seaweed, blueberry, wheatgrass, wheat germ, or some wheat shit, and something else with like a dollop of some yogurt. And when I looked at it, I'm like, yo, you are...
Yeah, this looked like you scraped it from the bottom of the fucking sea.
For real, all of the chlorophyll. Can I taste that? He was like, yeah, grab a cup. I went and grabbed a little cup just to
and
taste.
It was lit. I bet you it was lit.
It was lit. It did taste like chlorophyll, but it was lit. It tastes like
that,
I had a mouthful of grass, like I was a damn cow, but it was lit.
And you know what? Those are the best to have because they're so they're enriched with antioxidants. They're so good.
And because he was a type 2 diabetic, his wife was trying to keep track of, his diet.
That helps. That really does help.
He had lost some weight behind that too. His wife made him a smoothie. He couldn't have fried chicken or anything. But one day, he was working second shift with me, and he's like, "Oh, I'm about to go out for lunch. Anybody need anything?" I said, "Which way you going?" He said, "I'd probably go to KFC." I said, "John, you know damn well you ain't supposed to eat no damn KFC with your diabetic ass. Your wife gonna kill you because she gonna smell that grease. She gonna smell that grease on you." But nah, he went and got a little chicken, a little 3-piece little deal. I don't eat KFC, so I was like, "No, I'm good." So
yeah, that shit. I used to love KFC. I like the bowls, the little bowls that they got, but not.
I don't eat corn, so I don't touch them either.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no. That about that taste buds changing, you losing your taste buds and all that. Yeah, I don't fuck with corn no more.
Damn, you and Gina would be best friends.
I told you she was already my bestie, and I didn't even know that. But yeah,
I told her the other day we were eating corn, and she just was giving me such nasty looks. And I said, "Well, you know that if you throw these kernels into the oil, you can make popcorn." And she says, "Mom, I'm not stupid."
Gina for the win. I wish I had my sound effect bag. Gina for the win. She knows.
Vicky says, I'm tired of paying $5 for a smoothie from Panera Bread, so I decided to invest in a NutriBullet. Look, it'll be my best investments. I tell everybody, get yourself a NutriBullet and get yourself an air fryer. Those are two things that you will definitely need because cutting out that grease and all that additional fat, it's helpful.
And listen, get a toaster. Now, I only say this because all my life I grew up without one, and I finally have the privilege of owning one now. But let me tell you, when my mom finally ordered this, don't laugh at me. So when she ordered this joint, it was only because we were in Florida, and they got the toaster. They got the little bagel settings. And see, I loves my good old onion bagel with my salmon cream cheese. That's my little bougie meal. So when
Yeah.
I put the little bagel in there, and I said, well, what's this button? Bloop. It had the bagel sitting nice and crispy around the edges, and in the middle it was still kind of, I'm not going to say squishy. It,
It's,
it,
it
it,
was
it was crunchy where it needed to be. Let's just
yeah,
go that way.
it's crunchy on the exterior, but in the interior, it's nice and has that mush.
Yeah. And so while eating the bagel, we went on to Amazon and ordered one. So that's another appliance you kind of need to get. You can't put everything in the oven, put it on broil, and get that same result. Nah. Get you a toaster.
Vicky says, I just got my dad an air fryer for Father's Day and it came today. They was really trying to fuck us up on Father's Day with these gifts. He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it. I'm
Make
telling
sure
you.
he uses it, because I bought my mom one, and she used it maybe a total of 5 times. Make sure he
We
uses
left
it.
it out. We left it out. Like everything that the baby wants, French fries, chicken nuggets. They're
Yeah,
the right crunch mush, like
yeah.
if you went to the store. So it's good. I love it. I love mine. And tater tots. Those are important to me.
Oh, yeah, gotta have tater tots.
Yeah.
Sour cream and cheese.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that was the food portion of our show.
Look what you're doing. You're getting me starving. You're getting me starving.
Well, I'll make sure I ate before I got up on this bitch. So Justin Bieber, back in 2014, was accused of sexual assault, sexual abuse, and things like that. And so he decided today, some few years later, to address it, I guess. And he says on Twitter, every claim of sexual abuse should be taken very seriously, and this is why my response was needed. However, this story is factually impossible, and that's why I'll be working with Twitter and authorities to take legal action.
Yeah.
Justin, what the hell? Justin,
Oh
what the
yeah,
hell?
Vicky, trust me, I know. You're gonna be stuck in these stores online. No, the thing is that why now? Why now? Like what is going on in Hollywood that everybody is coming out now talking about some sort of
And it
you
happened
know
in 2014. It was brought to everybody's attention in 2014. It's like 6 years later, you
and
decide to talk about it.
I vaguely remember that.
No, it was a couple of girls back in 2014. He was like 19 or something like that.
I remember that for some
Okay.
strange reason.
But he went to try to explain. Uh, let's see. Hold on. Let me go through his Twitter. Everything's kind of okay. On
'Cause
March,
he's been tweeting like crazy trying to like absolve this shit.
yeah. He says on March 10th, Selena left for work. Selena Gomez, ladies and gentlemen, and left for work, and I stayed at the Westin as the receipt slowly showed with my friends Nick and John before I left town. Once again, not at the Four Seasons. We booked it for a couple days to stay for the Def Jam show, but I bailed on the 11th to head back home. They had pictures of receipts and this, that, and the bloop, blah, bloop. Somehow the La Quinta came in. Let's see. They're trying to say that he was in a certain hotel where he claims he wasn't. He has receipts. This, that, and the third. There was a article written about Selena being there, pretty much giving him the alibi for the story that, you know, that he was sexually assaulted someone. He goes on to say, rumors are rumors, but sexual abuse is something I don't take lightly. I wanted to speak out right away, but out of respect to so many victims who deal with these issues daily, I wanted to make sure I gathered the facts before I made any statement. But he's talking about all these hotel rooms and shit that he stayed in. Someone said, never thought I'd tweet about this, but hey, why not? Justin Bieber's at the Four Seasons, Austin, South by Southwest. The date on that was 10/03/14. Someone says, I'm not sure what this is all about and why I'm being tagged, but I was in the Four Seasons restaurant. Don't at me. Like, keep me away from his shit, because I can't pay for nothing. But yeah, so apparently there was some sexual assault allegations going on back in 2014. He tried to clean it up. He tried to cover it up. He's trying to talk about it, but he had to get all the facts right first.
Or was he creating facts?
I mean, he says Selena was with him and he had receipts on that as well. So if you got the receipts, you
But
got
why?
timestamps, you've got screenshots. All
But
right,
why?
PV, I'll see you later, man. He said he got to hop off to eat dinner and Netflix, so I understand.
You'll be back. Um, why is it seems like it seems like to me? Why do they think when I say they, I mean celebrities? Why do they have to appeal to the court of social media? Like, why not go over to the court of law and fight that if you're innocent, like you say you are?
Because, like so many celebrities before Kevin Hart, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, they feel that, because you are a prominent celebrity, and Justin Bieber, believe it or not, is one of those guys, even though we don't like him because we're old and washed up. But anyway, uh,
He's a he's still a creep to me. I don't
I
know.
mean,
He's
yeah,
just
they're creeps. I mean, creeps are creeps regardless, but they also feel that, hey, you have a platform, take it and voice, because if not, if you don't say anything, this is like the unwritten rule of social media. If you don't say anything, you look guilty.
you
And
look guilty when you're trying to, hit us with receipts. Like, um,
on one hand, I can kind of, yeah, I agree there, but on Justin's behalf, by him able to show receipts, by him able to give timestamps, that further to me solidifies his case. But once again, I haven't really looked at what the accusations were, where he
but who knows?
was.
Who really has receipts from 2000 and from 6 years ago laying around?
Oh,
Who could really put and piece some shit together like that? You
you
know,
got people who don't delete anything.
well, again, I something about that just don't seem right to me. You know what I mean? I just why wait all this time?
he
Vicky
has
says at
a.
some point,
Okay.
when are these stories just put out for publicity? Like, I don't, again, I agree. I don't really, the timing is wrong for all.
He has an invoice from May 15th, 2004, that he paid for a room 61214, bills going to his touring company, and he wrote down everybody who was there. He uses the name Mike Lowry as his alias. He said he no longer will use that, because confidentiality. Not everybody needs to know where your celebrities are. So he used the alias to book the room. It was him. Uh,
Oh, see, now that's different.
it's him and quite. I mean, everybody knows who Justin Bieber is. But they charged for incidentals for him and his friends. They checked out one, two, three, four, five, six people checked out with the hotel reservation. Yeah, I mean he's got the paperwork is there. The pics I showed of me and Selena March 9th in Austin should make it clear that we were together that night and went from the venue to our B&B and never went to the Four Seasons. He's got an email from that date, that he's willingly given up all this information.
Makes him look guilty. Shout out to Vinny. He says his song "Chopped Cheese" is out now. New York a lot.
Chopped
Alert.
cheese.
Yeah,
But
that's my brother.
Justin Bieber got a song called Chopped Cheese.
No, no, no.
Oh,
My
oh, oh,
my little brother's tuned in.
oh.
His name is he's a rapper. His name is Vinny, and he's letting us know that he has a song out called "Chopped Cheese." Chopped cheese.
I did ask you what that was, didn't I?
You did, and that's like a cheesesteak. It's a Philly
Oh,
cheesesteak.
okay. I was like, chopped cheese. Who did I ask about that?
Yeah, you asked. Yeah, you asked me. Yeah, chopped cheese. You only get that when you have, you bump into your weed guy after you've been looking for the weed guy for an hour, and then you find a weed guy, and then you just grab that shit, and then you get yourself a chopped cheese. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Vicky. She said, "Weren't we just talking about cheese?"
Yeah, we was just talking about. We was just talking about cheese. I had to Google what a chopped cheese was, and even though Minx, described it to me and told me basically what it was, I had to Google it and see it for myself. I was like, damn, I want one now.
I want one now.
That
I
shit look
definitely want
good.
one. It does look good. I'm gonna send one to you. It may come cold though. You might have to
It
warm it
might
up.
be moldy by the time I get it, but shit.
Road trip.
Just give me the ingredients. I'll make my own.
Yeah. You gotta have a bodega cat though. You gotta have the bodega cat chilling in the corner
See, ain't got time for cats.
on the bread.
Loafing on my loaf. I ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for cats loafing on the loaf.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I hope that they can get this cleared up, and ultimately, because I hate to see anyone. I mean, even R. Kelly, but his case is not looking good. But once again, like I said, Justin is willingly giving up timestamps, receipts, and all types of shit to kind of sort of solidifies his case as to where he was. So I don't know who these young ladies are trying to come up, off some, yeah, he touched, he grabbed, he inappropriately touched. So I don't know, but I will keep my eye on that as well.
What do they want from him? Some money, some stimulus package from being stimulus.
I don't know.
This is what gets me so mad because this is what deters women that are really going through shit.
Exactly.
This is what's going to deter women from wanting to come forward because then we're always going to be painted off as liars first. And then that person may have receipts and you may have receipts, but at the end of the day, you're just probably trying to derail someone's career when you may have in fact been assaulted or some shit.
And try to come off some bread because a lot of the times everybody's like, yeah, they just want a piece of change.
They just want some monies. And that's not right. And you
Some
ladies,
money.
y'all need to get it together because there are real victims out here. And if you're lying on Mr. Bieber, then shame on you on some real shit. But if you are telling the truth, don't settle out because then you look guilty. No, don't settle.
Well,
Push it to charges. Because the first thing they always hit you with is to settle out of court. Settling makes you look guilty. I don't care.
it kind of does.
It does.
But I mean, if you got the money to stretch that shit out,
Some women don't. They don't have time to go back and forth. But if the evidence is there and they're willing to say, look, we don't want this to get out, just take the money, then take it. But don't settle because you're being bullied into it. I'll just say that.
mm-hmm.
But don't sign no NDAs though.
Oh shit.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so I'll be keeping my eye on this story,
Yeah, me too. Because that's kind of weird.
and it's very serious, because you don't want to just sit there and
his whole
accuse
legacy,
people.
his whole legacy. But I do agree that I do think that the timing in all this is kind of weird with all the accusations that are going on about Hollywood and all that fun stuff. So,
Weird shit.
mhm.
Well, you man, Lil Boosie crying on Instagram yet again.
For
Well, he didn't feel much like a father on Father's Day. Here's why. Crybaby ass. Anyway, Lil Boosie is not celebrating Father's Day after he claimed he's being treated poorly by the mother of several of his children. He has 11. And says the situation is so bad that he's only seeing 2 of his kids. Boosie took to Instagram to air out his grievances after he says women in his life are acting, quote, jealous and evil by not allowing him to enjoy Father's Day with all of his children. He says it's just not right. He said, thanks for the Father's Day wishes, everybody. But truth is, I don't have but 2 of my kids on my side for Father's Day, and I'm not in a good mood at all. He began. Then he went on to say, it's just not right how I'm being treated as a father. It's just sad. Doesn't matter what you do as a father, you still be treated like shit. And then he says, in his experience, black women have been jealous and evil towards black men who are loved by their kids. So what does he do? He says, I'm about to go get off of here, get high off the Gary Payton, go get in my pool and chill.
well, I think that the reason why the mothers of his children are probably not allowing him to hang out or be around his children is because of the allegations of the shit that he has said. Because if you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
If you have a significant other or the father of your child and they have said things that indicate putting a child in some sort of um, heinous situation, and a mother allows that child to be around that parent, the mother can get in trouble for that.
Right. And I
Like,
wonder if the sons that he was talking about on that post, I wonder if those were the children that he doesn't have in his house right now.
hold on. Vicky says um, she believes that in older cases, victims who claim to have been sexually assaulted by R. Kelly are true. She says their story should not have been left silent until now. Yeah, there's a lot of silence, a big wall of silence going on in music and entertainment regarding sexual abuse and all different types of neglect and the way they're treating these young kids and women.
Mm-hmm.
But even with Boosie's situation, it's the same thing because you're like, yo, I mean, if you come out and you say that you let a grown ass woman molest your child,
Mm-hmm.
you are staying away from my child. I don't care. Because had it been a dude that did that with a girl, you were not going to let them around your child.
Not
You're
at
not
all.
going to do that. So the
I,
double standard need to stop with that.
I also should add, he is currently being sued by the Georgia State Department of Human Services for failure to financially provide for his daughter, Lyric Beyonce. Yes, that is his child's name. In the case, the state's attorney general claims the musician owes back child support for his 11-year-old daughter. I don't know why her name is Lyric Beyonce. She got to wear that. But okay.
Yeah, forever. That's a one.
But my whole thing is, Boosie, what you could have done, instead of getting on Instagram and being a bitch, celebrate with the two that you did have. Be there for the two that you have.
Right.
And work to get the other children in your life. If you really give a shit about them, stop griping about, oh, black women are bitches, they're mean, they're evil, they won't let me see my children, da 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 da. Like, you didn't do anything wrong or anything like that. Own up to your fuck ups, work to rectify it, and then act like you got some damn sense. And maybe your baby mamas be like, oh, okay, well, you know.
See, that's what bothers me, especially with yesterday being Father's Day. Um, to the men that say, I can't see my child, right? Or she won't let me see my child, or she's evil, she's this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. No one can stop you. You stop you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see your child, it's more than just going on social media and crying about it. You need to go to court. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, but they were. No. If you go to court in numbers, then you get what you want. If you take your mother with you, if your mother's not alive, you take your auntie with you. If your auntie's not alive, I'm sure you got some female cousins. If y'all ain't coming together as a family and you're not going down to that court as a family, then you are not trying hard enough. And I don't want to hear none of that bullshit about she won't let me see my child.
Mm-hmm.
If you're serious about being in your child's life, you would have exhausted every single legal option that is available for you to be in your child's life. Because what happens is that when you have a baby moms that has a job and she's being consistently called on by the court to show up to court, I guarantee you her tune will change because now you fucking with her money.
Well, he's only worth 800,000, and they probably.
Well, not even that. These men, they like to use these celebrities situations and apply it to our broke folk shit. Um, if he was serious, he would be in that court. He would be in that courthouse every day. He would be doing legal research. He would not be sitting online dropping new mixtapes and EPs and shit. So don't give me that. I don't believe none of you dudes that cry, oh, she won't let me see my child. Okay, show me your recent document that stated Give me the docket number that showed that you filed a petition in the court for visitation. And I guarantee the only thing you're going to fucking hear is crickets. That's it. Crickets and excuses. Crickets and excuses. She won't let me see my son. She won't let me see my daughter.
Bro, you got 11 children.
Yeah, you should have worn a condom too. 'Cause
Hold on, let me be for real, for real. Let me see. Let's see how many kids this fool got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's only got 7. I really beefed up those numbers, didn't I? He's got
Damn.
7 children. I said 11.
Oh, speaking of your homegirl,
Oh, he's got
Shayna,
8 children. Go ahead.
I said your homegirl, Shayna Moakler. Oh, Vicky says, like, if you remember, Tyrese was on Instagram crying about not seeing his child. Like, what? That's all just so they could show the court. Look, I was crying over my baby.
I'm out here every day trying to provide for them. What more do they want from me?
What does crying do?
If you don't suck that shit up, man.
So Shayna Moakler had posted up on Father's Day a picture of her and Oscar De La Hoya, thanking him for her beautiful daughter that she has with him.
Wait, whoa.
What?
Okay, you kind of sort of just, whoa, okay, hold on. So, she went from,
Her first baby daddy was Oscar De La Hoya.
okay, go ahead. Go
Look,
ahead.
this was news to me. I was like, what the fuck? So then she gave a shout out to Travis Barker and, also commended him for being an amazing dad, right? So, of course, I hit like and, I was obviously scrolling through the comments because I was waiting for it. That one dude, I was waiting for it. So, dude says, and I kid you not, this dude says, he said, how many baby daddies do you have?
2.
I kid you.
Like, really?
Kid you the fuck not. And you know what her response was? She said, I have 6 baby daddies and 6 children. And I was like, you know what? Why is it a man can have several children from several different women and he's a man? But
Nah, he held to.
people keep forgetting they had great grandparents that was spitting out 12 kids at a time. So when a man does that, men are so quick that, obviously the toxic masculinity, you have men that just love to call women hoes, but you love to fuck them, right? You love to fuck them. You wouldn't wife them, but just to get your, what, you're happy.
You know what? I'm sitting there reading this right now, and you was just telling me that she has a child by Oscar De La Hoya. Number 1, I didn't know she got one of them. Number 2, I didn't know they did the do. And number 3, her daughter's 21, and she's a cute little girl. Oh, well, she ain't little.
Yeah, she's-
Achiana De La Hoya, the golden child. She the only one. Oh no, Jacob and Devin. Okay.
Those are with Travis. But why did it matter how many children's fathers does she have?
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. I mean, there are women out here. Sometimes it just may not work out the first time or the second, but sometimes third time is a charm. But then in your mind, what men are thinking is, oh my God, you done let all these dudes nut up inside of you. You're just like, what? Well, look at all these men that have all of these children that they don't take care of. And y'all as men, as a society, you don't step up and say, yo, man, listen, we got to do better as a society, as men. We should not be making all these kids and not taking care of them. We should not be out here congregating like that. We need to be raising these kids as a village, because men don't ever like to admit that they're hoes. They don't ever like to admit that. Now, when you do find a dude that has no children,
Send them
you
my
know,
way.
yeah.
That's what you
Vicky
do.
says, why is it okay for a man to judge a woman on her actions? However, it's not okay for a woman to judge you on your actions. Because it just, you know what? It's like the same question, why can a woman go to a bar? That joint. And somebody, this dude had hit me with this, oh, a lock, men have a master key, and that's why master keys open up locks. And I'm like, that mentality, first of all, that whole adage, that whole saying makes no sense. Because if you have a master key, a lock, we're going to talk some locksmith shit, okay? A lock is designed for one key. The
Mm-hmm.
master key is designed in case some shit does not work out with that key,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that we're looking at it from a locksmith perspective. So if you're going to compare your junk to a key, keys also get rusted and they break when they're exposed to too many different locks.
Ooh, you said a word.
Now, I am in no way, shape, or form condoning being a hoe.
But if you're gonna be one, like my grandmother always said, be the best one you can be.
And not only that, use a condom, right? I can't stop you from doing what you want to do. But men, the way that y'all come off, I really think y'all really be wanting to say some of the shit that you say to women to your own mothers. Let's just be honest. Because men will never admit that their mother was a whore. They'll never admit that their mother was around the block. They'll never admit that. So what they do is that they project their anger onto women that are just living their life. And I reread in the comments, and I read these little sentiments that they have, and I'm like, look, you're mad because everything you say to people is something that you've been wanting to say to somebody that you know. Your mother
Mm.
was a hoe. Your mother was a whore. You don't know who your dad is. Take it up with her. Don't take it up with women that are enjoying and are comfortable with their sexuality. Because men will be so quick to make you feel like a slut because you are exploring your sexuality. But let a dude fuck like five bitches at a party and he's the man. That's not right.
Yeah, that double
So,
standard definitely needs to disappear with the quickness.
but then when you say that, men are so quick to think that this is what you like to do, or you like to have trains ran on you and shit, but you like to watch the shit on Pornhub.
Oops.
So who's the sicko? You're the sicko. You're the one that's being crazily exposed to pornography.
Because
You
you
don't
got you got some men out there. You've got some men out there that are proud. Yo, I got 12 kids. I got 12 kids. Do do do. Everybody, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah. Then a young lady says, "Well, I have 5 children, and she's only 22 years old. God damn you! You've been ran around. You've been ran through. What's
right.
wrong with you?
You a hoe. They're
You a
so
hoe."
you are a hoe.
I'm not laughing at the subject, but I hate you. uh,
Vicky said, I feel like love and hip hop is painting an image for men which allows men to sleep around with a lot of women. Yeah. Uh, Men, you're hoes. There are women that are hoes. But if you ain't bagging it up and tagging it up properly, then you are the part of the problem. So I don't care how many people you want to sleep around with, men or women, but practice safe sex. That's all I have to say. But don't make women feel like icky.
and less than.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, come on.
That's not cool.
Men can be hoes, but women can't. That doesn't make any sense.
Hmm.
I have no way, shape, or form advocating for being a hoe. But like you said, if you're gonna be the hoe, be the cleanest and best hoe that you can be.
Exactly.
And yes, Vicky, she says the hip hop music industry. Yeah, the hip hop music industry has glorified this shit, and then y'all get mad when women want to carry themselves off, like let's say Meg the Stallion. She's and the hot girl summer shit. And I'll fuck any nigga and I'll fucking take his money and I'm making bricks, bricks, bricks. And I'm like, okay. But then y'all stream that, y'all play that, y'all implement that into your daily lifestyle and then call the next bitch a hoe because that's what she's doing.
Hmm.
So
I mean, I
no,
will say, I will say this, because my grandmother, if she were alive today, she'd probably agree with me. Uh, she had 8 children, and well, actually, I think she told me she had 9, but one died. Uh, but she had 8 children, and one, two, three, but four baby daddies. I mean, I never thought that my grandmother was less than or a whore or whatever the case might have been. You don't know people's circumstances
Yeah.
with their relationships. Like say if you was with Gino and you had Gina and three more and you and Gino didn't work it out and or if he beat you or something like that and you left and then
Yeah. No
you
one
you
knows.
meet and you meet someone who treats you better and then y'all decide to procreate and you decide okay you got two more children now you have five with two men
Yeah. And
okay
you're still a hoe.
and you still a hoe like but you don't know people's situations like I don't know my grandmother's situation like why she have four baby daddies and eight children like but whatever she grown she do what she want.
Well, back then I was told that everybody was, kind of like quarantined. They were bored. You know what I mean? They were
Oh, I
bored.
don't know my uncle's girlfriend she told me that her father had 21 children.
21 kids.
And in Africa, they believe in big families. She's not African or anything, but I'm just saying in Africa, they believe in big families. And if you don't have one, they think something wrong with you. They don't think if you have over 15 that you're a whore. Oh no, no, no. You're deepening your legacy. You are carrying on your tribe, your lineage. You're carrying that on. They don't see you as a hoe. They see something wrong with you if you don't have one. They'll probably look at me like, bitch, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Hey,
But
Kev.
but certain cultures do differently, and I'm just like, why is it everybody's business how many baby daddies you have, how many baby mamas you got? Just do right by your children. You don't have to be with that person. Just do right
Yeah.
by your children. They didn't ask to be here.
Take care of your kids, period. I don't care if they're even, you have some men, shout out to the men that, who have absorbed other people's, children,
Hmm.
through grow up being a, husband, husband or boyfriend, and they're doing a phenomenal job as a dad, and they consider that child their own. So,
Exactly.
it's a shame that Father's Day again was just always so fucked up. Like it's the most fucked up like
The men
holiday.
the men are deadbeats, and Mother's Day women are whores. Like you can't win.
You can't win. So that's why, I honestly think they should just get rid of both of them shits. Fuck Mother's Day, fuck Father's Day, just do Parents' Day and call it a day.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
just if everyone's gonna be so fucking salty about, and then you have some people that I felt really bad for. This was like their first Father's Day without their dad. So then you got to deal with that. And I don't know how I can't imagine those people missing their dad. And then they're scrolling down the timeline about this bitch won't let me see my son. So
hmm
Vicky says, I dislike Valentine's Day. I just look, holidays in general,
it makes no sense. Why?
I think I don't even like my birthday. Okay. And the only reason why I don't like my birthday is because I have to share it. It's not my birthday, it's our birthday. It's not happy birthday, Alexis. It's happy birthday, Jasmine and Alexis. You know what I'm saying? I never had my
Well,
own
I could understand why. Yeah, I could understand why you would dislike
I
it.
hate my fucking birthday. I hate it. I just wish I could pick a different date, but I can't. I got to share it with my twin sister. But I feel like holidays are just so corporately ran into the ground. And, we don't really need the shit. Just celebrate life. Have a day to celebrate life. Celebrate what you're happy about, what you've accomplished, what your failures are. You should celebrate your failures too, because you know that there's going to be a silver lining. So if we're going to be celebrating shit, it should just be celebration day and celebrate whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, this just in. Apparently, there's going to be a new Flashpoint movie. I guess it follows the story of Flash, and Michael Keaton is slated to play Batman. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
A
talking
real
about.
Batman. A real Batman.
Not that who the fuck they asked for? Robert Pattinson. Ugh.
Mm-mm. Fuck him. Fuck
Yes. Just throw tomatoes at that fool. Like, no.
that
Oh,
motherfucker. Oh
speaking
my
of
God.
Batman, Joel Schumacher, who is I think director. Yes, he is director
And
of
there we
Batman
go.
movies. He passed away at the age of 80. So rest in peace to Joel Schumacher.
Mm,
Thank you very much for Batman. Even though you just directed the movie, damn good direction, sir.
amen.
Yeah, so there's a new Flash movie. Michael Keaton's supposed to be in it. So I am down for that.
Well, I wanted to close out the show with that quick rant that I have.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about the
Well, that is technically a rant. The Beyonce thing is a
oh,
rant.
oh. Well, by all means, this is
That's why
Minx's.
that's why I specified. I said I need to have this moment.
Yeah, this is Minx's rant. Go right on ahead, Minx.
This is Minx's rant, y'all. Okay. Beyonce just recently dropped a record, and I'm happy for her for that, being in her creative juices and all. But from a person that is into spirituality and a person that is down with, the crews of, the broomstick people we call ourselves, right? In this song, a lot of people that are in the occult and people that follow the occult and spiritualism that has to do with black magic and magic in general felt that Beyonce dropping specific bars in her song was going to be very damaging to people that don't understand magic. Uh, and I'm being dead ass serious. So Beyonce made a reference to charging crystals in her verse. She said, I'm, charging crystals and something, something, something along the effect of that, right? Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that I am a bruja or in any way, shape, or form saying that I am a witch. But I am a person that collects crystals. I am a person that has tarot. I am a person that understands all this stuff. Um, well, Vicky, I'm about to get into that. So basically, my rant about this is that, Beyonce, you're throwing out a lot of terms that average people don't get, and your fans are not really understanding what you're saying. People that are into that, we get it. We know that this is like, kind of like, in my opinion, I feel like you kind of bit off of me. Because I was doing that in my music. I was talking about frequencies and vibrations. If you look at the titles of my songs and type of shit that I've been talking about in my music is all about being on a higher vibrational state, manifestations, just channeling different chakras and energy. Now you come out with your shit and you got your beehive talking about crystals. What's a crystal? Oh, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get tarot cards. I'm gonna become a bruja. No, so now you're going to have all these lost people playing around with the occult that they don't understand. And they're going to be opening doors that they cannot close. So are you going to, Beyonce, come out your face and give them a tutorial as to what they're supposed to be doing to charge crystals? Because it's not just you plug it up into a fucking wall. This is a real life situation that you're putting in your music, and you're basically coming out and saying that you are a witch, that you are in the occult, which will totally defeat the whole purpose of the Illuminati if that's the case that people are saying that you are part of. But I think these are very dangerous tools. Unless you are fucking with witches and no witches like that, Santeria and all that shit, you should not be putting that in your music. I don't agree with that. I think it's wrong, and I think people are going to be hopping on again another wave because it's cool. They're not going to be in investigating or getting involved in the occult because of their interest in it or understanding, the African, cosmic consciousness that has to do with that. So I kind of think that that was a no. And I just wanted to rant about that because if you are a Beyonce fan, you claim that you are Christian or you claim that you are Catholic and you are listening to Beyonce. Beyonce is dropping jewels about the occult. How does that make you feel? I just think people need to understand what they're listening to And not only that, when you are talking about the shit that she's talking about in this album and these songs, um, and you don't know how to properly apply that shit, you could be opening shit that you don't know. You could be attracting energy that you don't know. And if you're going to be partaking in that, you need to do your research. You need to have an understanding. And again, everything you say, everything you say, see, they just cut me off too. Everything that you say
Mm-hmm.
is spelling, and spelling has something to do with what she's doing. So that's my rant. I just wanted to get that off my chest because that shit really burns me, especially coming from a family of people that are into higher learning on that level. And I don't think she need to be putting that shit in her music.
Um,
That's,
and
that's
and and while you were ranting about that, I just happened to look up some stuff based on what you were talking about. Nationally celebrated commemoration of the end of slavery in the United States. On the track, Beyonce boastfully sings about her heritage, hometown, womanhood, and complexion. She also talks about returning to her African roots. According to B's official website, the proceeds of Black Parade will go to the BEY Good Black Business Impact Fund. The fund is administered by the National Urban League and will be used to support black owned small businesses in need. So when I went to look up um, just certain words, because some of it is pretty, you can comprehend it. You know what I mean? There's some words that she
don't worry,
used to
guys. The Illuminati did not kick me off. It's just because you're only allowed like I think
an
an hour
hour.
program. So
Um,
Beyonce stopped the live.
yeah, Beyonce ain't do nothing. She don't have that much power. Uh, she
Oh,
was
I got
talking.
you.
She says baby sister rapping Yamaya, and so I looked that up to know what it is exactly what she was talking about. And there's a different spelling of this. According to Wikipedia, it's Yoruba religion, and she is the patron spirit of the oceans and or rivers, particularly in the Ogun River in Nigeria. She is often sync. Oh my gosh, I can't fucking read. Syncretized with either Our Lady of Regla in the Afro-Cuban diaspora or various other Virgin Mary figures of the Catholic Church, a practice that emerged during the era of the transatlantic slave trade. Yamoja is motherly and strongly protective and cares deeply for all her children, comforting them and cleansing them of sorrow. She is said to be able to cure infertility in women, and cowrie shells represent her wealth. She does not easily lose her temper, but when angered, she can be quite destructive and violent as the floodwaters of turbulent rivers. And I'm looking at a sculpture.
True.
I'm
But
looking at
this
a
is what I'm
sculpture.
saying. Beyonce doesn't even write her own shit. So somebody is writing this for her.
Let's
And
see. Oh, hold on. Let me read this. You might get a kick out of this one.
okay.
It says venerated in Yoruba religion, Umbanda, Candomblé, and excuse me if I'm mispronouncing, Santeria, and Haitian Voodoo.
Yeah, right.
They practice this in Nigeria, Brazil, and Cuba. Yeah, I will be.
I'm saying
I will be doing
why?
some research on this because I need to know what the hell I'm dancing to. Like I said, I've never heard this track, and I'm kind of scared to listen to
Well,
it
I
now.
didn't hear it. All I know is that my networks of witches, where we were all discussing it. Why is she putting this in her music at this particular point? Especially when you have these young people who don't know what the fuck they're listening to.
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that I think Beyonce is wrong. I mean, anything that has to do with bringing uh, some sort of awareness to our African, you know, stuff is great. But I don't even think people realize like what she's actually doing as a person because this is opening doors that people will not be able to close.
Hmm.
So you go and you start charging your crystals because Beyonce said so, and then you go ahead and open up Pandora's box.
Cause you got some out there that are really into that. The crystals, the sage, the whole
Yeah, the
energy.
crystals.
People are really into that. Cause
There's a huge community of black witches, people that practice hoodoo, people that practice voodoo. Again, all African shit. I'm not saying anything is evil. I believe everything could be evil or positive no matter how you apply it. But Beyonce is pretty much putting a stigma out of making this look like, this is like an outfit that you want to wear today.
and this song is kind of the more that I read this, it's kind of all over the place, and this usually isn't Beyonce's style. For those that like follow her, but I'm seeing where she's talking about material shit here, all chrome, black tints, this, and then she's talking about I charge my crystals in the full moon, and
That that part.
yeah,
But this is what I'm saying. You charge your crystals in a pure in a full moon, right? See now these are. I mean, maybe this might be a way of her trying to get more black people to get in charge of their spirituality.
hmm
But I don't think Beyonce knows what she's talking about. Vicky says, how much research has Beyonce done to even know what she's talking about? Exactly. Like what is like this is not an outfit that when you decide to take this transition. I've been on this transition since I was about 14, right? I told you I had premonitions. I told you that I knew things before they actually happened. But we didn't glorify it. We didn't put it out there like, I'm a fucking witch. We didn't do that. We just did not do that. It was like kind of like you chilling and you look at somebody, they say something, and you just give each other the nod, like, so you one of them, huh? And you're like, yeah. And you're like, yo, you want to hang out my coven? You're like, nah, I got my own type shit. Okay.
hmm
Beyonce doesn't know what she's talking about, even though people have said that she probably dabbles into the occult because of the shit that she be doing and saying, which I agree. Most of these folks in entertainment have to do the occult shit, but don't put it in your music. I mean, if you're gonna put it in your music, you know, put it in a slick way where other people can catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an inside like joke type shit. Like, oh, I know what she meant when she said that. Ah.
Yeah, because
But
right now it's kind of I'm reading these lyrics and they're kind of all over the place.
they they
Uh,
they, they those are spells. Those are spells.
all right, let
That's
me
that's
let,
why
let,
they're
let, me-
like
let, me- let me give y'all a couple of lines here, and I don't know how the song goes, and I'm not going to sing it, but let's see. All right, I'm gonna start right here. She says, "Pandemic fly on the front on the runway in my hazmat, judging, running through the house to my art all black, ancestors on the wall like the ghost chit chat. Hold my hands, we're gonna pray together. Lay down, face down in the gravel, wearing all white, wearing all attire white to the funeral. Black love, we're gonna stay together. Curtis Mayfield on the speaker, Lil Malcolm Martin mixed with Mama Tina. Neither another march. Let me call Tamika. Don't know who that is. Need peace and reparations for my people. Fuck these laid edges. I'ma let it shrivel up. Fuck this fading waves. I'ma let it all dread up. Put your fist in the air. Show black love. Motherland drip on me. This, that, and the third. Okay. Then she gets to talking about, honey, come round my way, round my hive. Whenever mama say so, mama say. Here I come on my throne sitting high. Follow my parade. Talking slick to my folk that lift that lip like lipo. I know she didn't write that. Hear 'em swarming, right? Bees is known to bite. They sting, they don't bite, Beyonce.
they
That's a
don't
fail.
bite.
She didn't write that.
She didn't
Now
write.
here we come on our throne, sitting high, follow my parade. My parade. We got rhythm, we got pride. We birth kings, we birth tribes. Holy river, holy tongue. Speak the glory, feel the love. Motherland drip on me. Can't forget my history. It's her story. Yeah, that whole yeah.
You know what?
Written by Blue June, Brittany Coney, Worldwide Fresh, Dixie. Was it Derek Dixie, Cadence, Queso, Jay Z, and Beyonce? Why? Why so many of y'all?
I just think also it's weird that all this came out when people have started questioning Jay-Z about that spirit cooker that was in his video. But that's for another show. That's the woke show with Mix Couture. But yes, I that's
The
why
woke,
I
woke, 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 woke.
the woke show. But bottom line is this. hold on. Vicky says, I can hear her talking about a need for change amongst the African American community. I don't, I mean, when it comes to Beyonce, I have my concerns with her and her agenda. Um, but I just think that right now, putting out this stuff, because, they fear us. They fear us from, waking up and realizing our strengths spiritually and also physically. And I really feel like this is a bad idea on Beyonce's part. I don't think she should have released that.
But I kind of agree where you said that maybe that was her way of trying to get people more in tune to their African roots.
Yeah, because all that shit is our ancestors' ways of us communicating with them. Yes.
I wanna give her the benefit of the doubt and go with that. I hope that she's not doing anything that's gonna bring evil spirits to her or Jay or anything like that.
Not
But
even to her or Jay. Evil spirits to yourself.
yeah,
Evil spirits to yourself. Because if you sitting there talking about I'm gonna be charging up my crystals on the next full moon and wearing all white and shit, and you don't know what
hold
you're
on, hold
talking
on, hold on,
about.
hold on, hold on. It is 9:30. Who's shooting off fireworks? Are we serious? We just got through talking about that shit.
Yeah, they're doing that right by me.
Oh my gosh. Was
I'm
that
about
you
to
or was that me?
No, there's fireworks near me. But to close off the show, y'all need to just be very careful of what you're listening to and what you plan to emulate if you don't know what the fuck it is that you're doing.
Yeah,
And that's
Google
my
is your
rant.
friend.
That is my rant.
Oh
I
goodness.
do agree, Vicky. She's just trying too hard, she's not the same Beyonce like she used to be. But yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about whether all these artists all of a sudden are dropping songs just for clout or do they really mean it? Like what's the deal? All of a sudden everybody wants to drop a Black Lives Matter or, you know, Power to the People ass song. I mean, you could have been doing that. But anyway, that would be research for tomorrow's show. We've got other topics we didn't get to cover tonight that we will cover tomorrow, which is the good thing about getting your topics early. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and end it right here. Want to thank
Yes.
everybody.
Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to City the Great that just tuned in as well.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuned in on Instagram. Shout out to Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV. I mean Caffeine TV and Twitch. Did you even go on Caffeine today?
I did, but everybody's at some joint.
And Twitch. Once again, our website is now live. RTIMshow.com.
RTIMshow.com.
Get into it. Send your music, MP3s, and Spotify links only, please, to rtimshow@gmail.com. Head on over to our merch, which everything is in the website. But I'm going to say it anyway. shop.spreadshirt.com/RTIM. Like I said in the beginning of the show, we will be working on either getting another store or pretty much.
Yeah, we're working on
Yeah.
those things. But
Yeah, we
also
work.
on RTIMshow.com, you can just click on the merch tab and you can buy merch. We're going to be updating some stuff later on, so you guys can cop that.
But like I said, if you want a shirt and you can't find your size, men, ladies, let us know. And we'll do what we can on our end to make sure you get your merch. And we thank everyone who supports this movement that we're doing. Once again, shout out to Mix for putting together the website and really putting her gray hairs to use because she made me grow a few more just by sitting there. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all about this website, right? And then we're going to get up off of here. When you go to this website, I ask y'all, please go visit. Please go visit. But when you get to that good old About tab, you know that Minx means business when she put together what she put together. Because I thought I was doing something on Photoshop because we was putting together our little bios. And I didn't want my bio to be so long because I haven't really done a whole lot in the 20 years that I've been in music. So I kind of summed it up between 2016 to present. And here she go. I mean, she really put together a whole. It was an EPK basically. Everything that EPK would have. That's basically what that
Thank
was.
you, Vicky. Vicky says she likes our show on here versus Station Head.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, now fucking, we ain't going back on Station. Vicky, we were talking about going back on Station Head. Matter of fact, we was on live yesterday for a couple of hours. I was just on there playing some lo-fi and shouting out the dads and all that on Father's Day. And we had our little petty moment. It wasn't as big as I wanted it to be, but, you know.
I'm a changed woman, I told you.
Change back. But anyway, yeah, I was saying yesterday on live that I was thinking about going back, you know, to operating on Station Head, but I don't see the need to now. I really don't.
Yeah, we're doing much better without it.
Yeah, we're doing much better without it. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to give y'all some, you know, live stream type action, but they did too much and not enough at the same time, and oh well. Shout out to the community channel.
Shout out to them
for not fucking listening to us, but who are we, right?
Right.
But anyway, let me stop being petty. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for more random talk, more indie music, more topics, more shenanigans, more foolery, fuckery, and also we will always give you that indie music. Get them in, folks. Get them in. I need some new stuff. It's your girl 759 on behalf of Mix Couture. Head on over to mixradio.com. Hit her merch tab as well. Hustle Culture Magazine. Hit that on Facebook like that as well. Hit the website. We own. We popping. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. I'm going to give you a track from one of our homeboys, Mr. Articulate. Let's see what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? Y'all like this bubble joint. This bubble joint going to pop. So this one, yeah, I'll be sitting there giggling in my chair too. This our homeboy Articulate with Bubble. His new track, I Dance, is now available on all DSPs. Please support your local artists, DJs, producers, clothing, whatever they do. Your black-owned businesses, your small businesses. Support everybody that supports you. Call your people, let them know you love them. You know, I know COVID's still out there, so if you're still one of those people that don't want to physically visit, just call. Check on your folks, make sure they're okay. If anybody is contemplating suicide, please call someone before you hurt yourself. There's a suicide hotline. And if you just need to call and vent, call somebody. I can't give you my number because I don't like talking on the phone. That's sad. I don't like talking on the phone, but I like to podcast. It's weird, isn't it? But anyway. But we out this bitch till tomorrow. We holla at you. Good night.
Good night.
Articulate. Yo. Global warming real. So earth. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Potato. So the rice. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Everybody fake. So friendships. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Every time you degrade, you hate us. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Government shut down. Just ask them. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Russia them a one. It's America we. Bubble to the ground. Your health will. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. If you don't trust God, your faith will. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble. Abortion not real, don't south. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble. CDC don't wash me germs in mouth. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Your IG fake, so your real life. Bubble to the ground. Game of Thrones make all of the fans them. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the if summertime pass and no beach. Now, if your skin black and you don't bleach. If you don't eat right, your health will. If you don't trust God, your faith will. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble to the ground. Bubble to the ground. Bubble to the bubble to the bubble. Global warming real, so earth. Potato, so the rice. Everybody fake, so friendships.